My name is Erica Lorraine Spencer, and I remain subject to state surveillance and terrorism by the state of California that is operating a malicious targeting system which is referred to as federal group stalking and monitoring via communication devices. And it is in violation of federal stalking statute 18 U.S.C. sections 2261A subsections 1 and 2. My website and podcast serve the public good by publishing evidence of the public entity's ceaseless engagement in a pattern of conduct intended to stalk and monitor via communication devices, surveil, harass, and terrorize an American citizen in concert with the people of the state of California. Documentation serves the lawful purposes of wide exposure, federal prosecution, and influencing federal legislation with policies specifically designed to punish, dismantle, and disincentivize an unprecedented targeting system by a public entity that acts in concert with the people of the state in order to criminally place under surveillance and terrorize an American citizen, which is a matter of public corruption in the state of California. See thepatternofconduct.wordpress.com. 8TZF181. That's a demon dragging directed light on the parking lot behind them while they're stalking at Stater Brothers on Mountain and Foothill at 8:59 a.m. 3XBT543, 8WHB 754. 70631M2, 2RKPO34, 8WIJ749, 8YJZ404. Yeah, that's audible activity by a demon that's licensed 8WHB754. Directed light is all over the buildings while demons are maintaining presence in the parking lot and driving all around. Demons using shopping carts to maintain noise. The fake sun is not over the Upland Public Library. Not over any McDonald's. It's not over the parking lot of Vons. It is not over me while I'm on Euclid Avenue at the Upland Unified School District, 6KLN888. It's right here over me at this Stater Brothers, 635VG. And so is the directed light. This is demonic activity. License 8TRL186. KHA61E, Arizona. 8VZU090. 7KWU962. 6RPY326. 7JHX590, 6BPY674, 8ZDF206, SIRVAYR, XAYAYAN, I think we're the one, P453PO, 81963S2, 6FTS498, 8BEB881, 8KNY955, 8MYF725, 7TIM178, 7KJS127, 62213K3, 8XQJ934, 8XQJ934, 8TPT109, MATAHOM, 7GFT004, 6JXK890. 7U05969, 8JPW943, 9894, 4D2, 8JPW943, 8URR526. You hear these ignitions? These are demons crossing path. Y27. Demons running, and they should be running. License, let me get FY274 handicap. They should be running, but there is no escaping, like I said. And they're not escaping eternal judgment. That's for darn sure. And they're not escaping this judgment in either, okay? ATQR657. License 8YBY144. License 7FJM569, 8FFD941, 06453B2. 7YJM428, 8JIM193, 6VBE255. I don't think I read that one. 8FAY431, 7BWN798, 7UHE835, STEEL1, 7JMN453. It's 9:02 a.m. Alrighty, license 44697J2. These are a line of demons. 8PRW927. Touching from the driveway with directed light, 8PRB021, 6G86895. All of them are monitoring while I'm capturing the video that I just showed, and they're demons that are then lined up at the driveway, crossing path with directed light. 7FSB295. Again, she's on video. This is a demon in particular engaging in what is stalking in the path as I'm exiting out of the bathroom. And the significance of that is not only are you already subject to what is surveillance in a private space by what are also demon-possessed actors, okay? This is Satan itself that knows exactly what you're doing in a bathroom. That's a sex offender. 4ZYJ419 monitoring with that demon of 70631M2 using an ignition to sound with audible activity while the fake sun's over me and directed light is coexisting with that movement and stalking with audible activity. 8TZF181. Not only are you subject to that ongoing surveillance, but you have what is, again, inherent to ongoing knowledge of what you are doing literally moment by moment at all times. And this is that ongoing pattern of the uncanny ability to maintain precise presence with me in the path. So as I'm walking out the bathroom, you have this particular minion who I captured an image, and she's also on video in the parking lot where I'm showing the fake sun over me at 9:02 a.m., which is in no way shared with being over me in front of the senior center at the Ovid Family Community Library, by the way, as I documented on February 5th, 2022. You have what is the state's fake sun that is over me, and you have what is this directed light that's all over the place. License 7LSL518, 8XXC382, 8RSR114, 6WAY674, STM2TRP. All right, these are a bunch of walking around. These are a bunch of people who are walking around with the spirit of death on them. These are the demon possessed, and this is the sick people, and that's exactly what I'm revealing. And they literally are puppets of Satan, and it is both sad, but that's not my issue. You need to know about psychopaths that are surrounding, psychopaths that you may be blood related to, psychopaths that are violent sex offenders by virtue of FY274 handicap, by virtue of what it is that they are doing, who they are doing it with, and how it is underway. 2RKPO34. You just have a series of demons just running in and out. These demons engaging in monitoring in a bathroom. And again, this Stater Brothers, as I spoke to, it's in Upland. I'm at the intersection of Foothill and Mountain Avenue, and at 9:02 a.m. and I'm speaking to what is my presence, which is mutually exclusive. It is not remaining over the senior center in motion over my head coming from the B&G Plaza, where I left on February 5th, 2022, illustrating my point of what is the fake sun arriving over me at the 280 North Lemon Apartments at the moment that I arrive. And as I did so at an earlier hour on February 5th to illustrate a point, which I've already established this. Sean Thrasher's going to federal prison, okay? The Ontario Police Department, including the specific officers who chose to arrive, let me be clear, everything that these demons do, it's deliberate. 8FLV687, and while those demons are listening to me speak about officers going to prison, they sound their sirens. Okay, they're going as well. So like I said, you have what is the entity engaging in what is that P.O.C. of criminal summoning, those demons with their shadows inside of Ovid Family Community Library, crisscrossing in front of them, all manner of showing them as the goofy demons that they are. Going to what is Ovid at 902-12227U2. That's an African-American male, a black-faced demon, monitoring with law enforcement, by the way. 8XNR447 has nothing to do with Black Lives Matter. Here's another crusty black-faced demon. 7GQN398 has nothing to do with Black Lives Matter. That's not what's going on in California. All right? These African-Americans are demon-possessed and throwing out false narratives, which, again, is a means of distracting and throwing off what is the trail of Satan itself. And this is what is has nothing to do with race. It has everything to do with what is of the spirit. And this is demon possession. This is demonic activity. It's criminal conduct by an entire population of that same condition. Demon possession, 8UDU058. And that's why you have what is not possibly the sun over me in this parking lot at Stater Brothers, which is also to the prosecution and what is federal prison for the pattern of criminal summoning that the Ovid, which is Ontario, the city of Ontario, engages in with regard to their engagement in this sexually violent and criminal pattern of monitoring. While I am aware and I'm documenting you, it's referred to as obstruction of justice. And that is why you're talking about federal prison and the impossibility of what would ever be the fakes, like the actual sun over me inside of this parking lot. But you also see what is also not sunlight. P453PO is a demon stalking with directed light. 4RDG184, the same. 8JHR977. Demons where directed light is complementing that ongoing presence of what is Satan itself, okay? It's currently 9:09 a.m. and that's what I captured on video. That is the ongoing P.O.C. and I'm also showing you what is that ongoing pattern of that impossible light. So you have what is light manifesting in the shade. The fake sun is hitting, in other words, the driver's side of the vehicle. The fake sun is present, period, okay? Point done. All right, but let alone the fake sun is present hitting what would be the driver's side. So to the passenger side, it's going to be shade, but you see light manifesting in that shade. That light looks like it's like poured water on the ground, but it's just orange color. This is engineered light. All right, 8XQJ934. It is the presence of Satan. Satan is present through that light. Okay, and this is what is a demonic environment. This is speaking to what are the presence of demons who surround. This light, the same engineered light, which is abnormal light, impossible light, is speaking to 8VDE345. It's also the light which the entity moves all around on surfaces, while demons such as 7KYT952 are merely driving in a vehicle, driving by. Right, there is no connection whatsoever with regard to this light. It is the connection of understanding what is the impossible. And the condition of 82595Z2. That's a demon, right? That's why you have what is light appearing at a distance away from them on the wall of Stater Brothers. This is a third-party facilitating venue, okay, where demons fill the inside, monitoring together, aware of who I am. This is the reality of what demons are, knowing exactly what you're doing and knowing who you are. This is demonic activity. This is not a normal environment. This is not anything that is separate other than, and it is also that ongoing impossibility, which I am again consistently capable of capturing for your own eyes to see. All right. So you're talking about what is an ongoing verification of what it is that I have established as a very specific pattern of conduct. It's that specific, and that's why it is also necessary not only to prosecute, but to inform about what is the reality, which is Satan that is present in the environment. Okay, Satan is hovering over the Stater Brothers in Upland. It's not remaining over the senior center and the 280 North Limit Apartments as I'm approaching the Ovid Family Community Library in Ontario. It's not remaining over me while I am standing at what is the bus stop at Holt and Euclid, preparing to get on the bus and then arriving in Upland, 8ZRN569. It's not sitting over the edge of the Upland Unified School District where I'm sitting there, or at the McDonald's at 100 East Foothill while I am still there and then walking south down Foothill. It's right here, 8GYM262, which is in no way comparable and going to coexist. That light source hovers over me, hovers over the venue where I'm at, 7GFT004, and remains for the duration of the day, as I show you, first of all, while I'm at the Upland Unified School District, and then at 4:43 in the evening, the light source is still being aimed inside of the window of the Upland Public Library, which is on the same street that I was at in the morning. 4RZR417, literally it is the building next to the Upland Unified School District. That's not the sun. And when you are looking at that, that is also understanding as you are holding what is common sense analysis to what you're documenting. You are holding to that accountability when the light source is remaining over the same building all day. It's never advancing what would be at the intersection of Foothill and Mountain Avenue to the Stater Brothers. I just want to be clear. That's common sense, though, and that's also how you are surrounding with what is evidence. It is currently 9:13 a.m. See. Directed light 8V75095, and you have a minion of what is Stater Brothers stalking in the path while I'm speaking to all this directed light and the fake sun is over me. This minion affiliated with Stater Brothers, wearing the uniform and sitting on what is a vehicle with license 81963S2, is monitoring. That's surveillance, all right? And then while 8V75095 crosses path, that's a demon stalking with activity as I'm changing function on my phone, and directed light coexists with that crossing path. They're demons that are monitoring together. All right, this is the presence of Satan through a bunch of people at the same time, maintaining ongoing real-time knowledge of what you are doing as you are doing it. That's the reality of what is demonic activity. All right, and it is a demented people where you are separating the people in the natural, because you're looking at different people who are in different cars. They're not all holding hands like they all know each other, like they're in a conference together. No, they're different people, but you have what is the ongoing maintenance. They're all of that same condition, and they are of one demonic mindset, acting together. 3HHS411. That's the reality of demonic activity. Okay, you're talking about what is camaraderie by spirit, a demonic spirit. This is Satan, the same entity, in other words, using a bunch of people. That's how you have what is not possibly an ongoing coincidence of stalking with activity, stalking in the presence, directed light occurring with every single different person. It's the same entity. First of all, it's the same entity because the public entity is monitoring the government. Second of all, it's the same. I'm sorry, that would be second of all. First of all, it's the same entity because Satan itself is present through the people. They are all demon possessed. That's how you have that. 7AER949, 8SDH 649. 8PDG589, 8LRX789. That's how you have that impossibility. All right, it's currently 9:15 a.m. License 8UBB673, 42020S1, 7HCW912. They're already monitoring at the Chevron, which is where I'm at right now. So you have, as I'm walking toward that parking lot, Minions that run inside. This is for presence of being in the store, stalking in the path, 81719L2. And again, it's not limited to them. You'll have minions that arrive and exit pursuant to what is an ongoing maintenance of the elements of monitoring. And understand the elements of monitoring with regard to Title 18, this is the criminal activity. This is demonic activity. Demons engaging in this ongoing ritualistic stalking of presence, stalking with light, and stalking with the maintenance of noise. All right, but going into the store while I'm entering to the parking lot, this is to engage in that surveillance inside of that venue. Directed light reaching all the way over toward me while they're driving into the driveway. That's how you know a demon is stalking. That impossibility of that conduct. Light is not, first of all, fanning out in front of a vehicle. It's just inexplicable light. It's a demon, okay? And then you're also under what is not the sun. This is ongoing direct evidence. License 17470K2. An operation of a communication device as well. All right, so like I said, it's currently 9:16 a.m. Demons on surveillance cameras inside of Chevron. This address is 1212 Foothill Boulevard in Upland, California, where the fake sun is over the Chevron. All right, it's currently at 9:16 a.m. License 8RXU102 7WBZ 240 5YKK 563 LYNZ LXS 7KJP 675 8RKT 435 ED194, I believe that's handicap 8KUJ 557 6J69936 24106J2 6HXW 279. It's 9:24 a.m. at Foothill and Mountain Avenue. 6UYF 993 7CWM 038 6YVD 136 8YTC 364 00307K3, I believe 7LWS 707 47843G2 8242GR handicap 8VDD 378 T896YO 8WFF 166. Let me check that. 8WEF 166 7NTD 389 7EOE 082 8SFH 746 7ZLD 176 7TJU 777 8BPR 136 BN059 handicap 8DCG 632 7EOE, I already read that, 8JJR 949 81719L2. See any license plate on that one? 8WBX097 7RM, can't really see the rest of one, 5TMT354 CB54907, I believe. It's like Arizona perhaps. 8CEA 327 7RQD 043 6PX X092 8W99557. License 8C78719 7WPF 138 6HUF 622 77803D3 Pacific Clinics Maintenance, California 34621. They're monitoring and they're demons monitoring. 8RRE 541. License 5BHE 275, I believe. F0V 497 7BFM 457 7DET 319 7MAN 361 BLSG 763 1313 2J1 7NRS 014 12500Z2 6ZNH087. See, this is 8VBH047. Guess I didn't read that one already. License 6UYG625, 6VRY586, 7GDC937, JDLS33. It's 9:27 a.m. And again, as I'm showing what is the light source that's over me as I'm at the parking lot in this directed light, all right, license 07696L2, HUSTL6. Oh boy. Anyway, while I'm showing you the light source that's over me at this foothill and Mountain Avenue over this parking lot of Stater Brothers, and that's exactly where it is, and that's why I'm also able to show you what is not sunlight, what is directed light surrounding me. That is indeed a fake sun, 8WSD668. It is indeed what is Satan itself that's present, remaining over me, being a stalker, all right? And I'm revealing that to you, what is the presence of Satan, and what is also I'm revealing what is not the presence of the actual sun over you, wherever you are, while Satan is maintaining presence over me, and doing so in what is revealing that which is exclusive, because there's only supposedly one sun. And so while Satan is remaining present over me, 8HVL839, it is showing you that that is not the sun that is over you either. And also that there is more than one light source. This is how you are having a sunny day, for example, in the United States, in multiple states at the same time. This is not the light source while it's hovering down, hunkering over me in a very particular manner, in a very precise manner as I move step by step, but also remaining for the duration of the day. That is the significance of being present over me in alignment, aiming directed light, 7KTA327 at 4:43 p.m. yesterday outside of Upland Public Library, 6TUK190. And by virtue of that documentation, the ability to capture, that is the impossibility that that light source, which is not the sun, is ever advancing to what is foothill and mountain as I am here in the morning right now. 7PJF547, 6YJ8462, 8JZH517, 7HEW136, 5RQC242, 8SFR830, 7MUP640, 4MFG452, 30132K2. Let me be clear, as I'm capturing this over me at the Stater Brothers at Foothill Mountain, you're going to remember again, as I thoroughly laid out in my documentation just days ago, while I'm at Vaughn's, the sex offender, stalking in a bathroom, including TJ, all right, maintaining presence, demons pacing around me using shopping carts to maintain noise. Fake sun is right over my head inside of that parking lot at 81 West Foothill, 8WVU381. This is in the 8 o'clock hour, 8JUX271, 8CGA277, 7LAK116, 7MYX945, 8HOY557, 8PNX669, AMB-BJJ, 8XAW660. The state's fake sun is over me at that Vaughn's and then remaining over me as I then walk what is south down Euclid Avenue, BT91W99. And then you're going to also remember where the state's fake sun is over me at the McDonald's at 100 East Foothill. And I'm capturing that. License 7XDF684. I'm capturing this at 8:48 a.m. I remain 8:56 a.m. showing you what is the city of Upland group stalking in an alley using light activity. And the fake sun is remaining over me as I'm walking away from the McDonald's, and it's advancing and remaining over me as I remain walking, not only in that parking lot, showing you what is, again, directed light, impossible light activity. And you have what is this light source, which is, this is totally distinct. Mountain Avenue is west of what is Euclid Avenue, where the state kept a fake sun on Euclid Avenue. Okay? License plate 4SULLI. Okay, that's a demon, a white-faced demon, an old fat white man wearing sunglasses and a hat while he is stalking. And a demon possessed while stalking. SEGOBIA, 8LMW774, 8KEM111, 8VGL076, 8UPK851, 6YHU716, 8TRV160. I am in no way showing what is the light source in the direction from the Vaughn's parking lot, for example, where I go. I'm there at you're talking about what is around, if not before 8:30 in the morning. You're talking about the light source 8SLF141 that is not in the direction of west. I'm pointing my camera upward right over the parking lot. It remains over me, over the vehicle, while then I'm driven toward what is the Upland Public Library. Okay, license 8CBR523, 6L69077, 8EXT121. But then again, that is already fully established, 8LCX084, 6PAW914, because I then went on, as I'm publishing that documentation, I reminded you about what is January 20th, 2022, which is relevant for purposes of showing what is not the actual sun. And this is relevant to not only time of day, but time of year, and the consistent placement of what would be the sun if that was actually the sun. And at no time is the actual sun present over me at that address. We're going to use that as a marker at 8 o'clock in the morning, but then also present after I have gone through what is from Ontario on the bus, keeping over me in alignment with me on the bus of Omnitrans, going to Fontana, then getting on Route 66, an entirely distinct bus route, and you have that same incredible occurrence of stalking with a fake sun over me on that venue, 8HME 693, 7GPF 697, 7FCC 960, 8FBN 214, 6YSA 589, 8DIY 871, 8KFB 607, 5TAM 770, 649 G502M 7104 The state's light source is remaining over me, and as I arrive at that same parking lot of Vaughn's, the Chase Bank, the Foothill Town Center, license 5VEV453, and this is after 10 o'clock in the morning. 11, I remain. 8DIX 636, I'm remaining on what is right there at the Chase Bank at 11:50 in the morning, and I reminded you about this. This is what I published just days ago, where the fake sun is over me at 8 o'clock in the morning at this Vaughn's. I say all that to say 8KAW328, 7ZYT043. It is unmistakable with regard to 7MWT603. It is unmistakable with regard to what is the light source that is over me at that intersection and remaining over me, concentrating the presence of a light source that is not possibly the sun over me at that parking lot of the Vaughn's. 8TMR190, 5ZOJ192, 8ZJG156, 8FAR288, 8XMN330, 8XXZ850, 7TLH389, 8KRK124, 5NDY357, 7UBL005. There is no point where I'm capturing my the light source, this alleged sun, all right, in the direction of west, all right. Mountain Avenue is west of Euclid Avenue, and it is not in the direction of west. The light source is right over the parking lot, and it also is remaining as I get back on Euclid Avenue and walk to the Upland Public Library, where I'm also capturing the state's fake sun as it is remaining all day long at that address of 450 North Euclid Avenue. This is also, that goes without saying, February 6, 2022, the state's light source is remaining over the roof of the Dunkin' Donuts. 8DHX266, 8ETP516, 5FVC387, 5KHW674, 8SKM744, 8CQP713. It's 9:35 a.m. and I captured this at Dunkin' Donuts at 9:02 a.m. at, I believe, 10:09 a.m. I believe at 11:31, showing you what is that demonic directed light inside of the Dunkin' Donuts. And I'm showing at 1:02 p.m. as I was reminding you about what was the fake sun over Mercy House. Have not yet since been back there, by the way. And you have what is no time of day where the actual sun is going to be captured over what is the property of the Mercy House at 435 South Bonneview, while on that property in Ontario at the intersection of Washington and Bonneview facing south, and the entity engaging in keeping that light source there. BRENDIA. That's not occurring. That's never occurring when I'm remaining in the city of Upland, and I'm showing the fake sun that's remaining on the roof of that building, on Arrow, over that same parking lot, on D Street, over that same building, in alignment with me all day long. 6HDJ970. And I'm referencing what is February 4th, 2022, where I was taken to Mercy House by 78NF049, 7WNW524 by Ontario Police. EAYON, 8UYK292. So you have, again, what is that consistent movement orbit of the light source that will be the sun, and there's no point where the actual sun that's in constant movement, but not when it's over me, because it didn't move from Upland Public Library yesterday, again, as I'm documenting. You have at no point where is the light source going to be present over some property of 435 South Bonneview at 1:02 in the afternoon. But then again, you know that that's actually not the sun, because the moment that I leave from that property, the light source leaves and remains in alignment with me, which I also showed you February 4th, 2022, when you see Ontario Police engaging in surveillance, calling it whatever they want to call it. They're demons under the fake sun. And you see that while the fake sun remains over my head as I then walk away from them to the opposite end of the street. All right, and this is why you document, so you can witness this demon possession, this demonic activity, this criminal conduct with your own eyes. All right, and so it is license 7VCC625. This is speaking to, and everything that you are remembering when I'm capturing what is a fake sun over me. That is indeed right over me at the Stater Brothers in Upland at Foothill and Mountain. There is no illusion with regard to, oh, it's also over the south corner of the Upland Unified School District. No, it's not. Okay, it's directly over me, and you're also looking at what is that unmistakable directed light that's also around me. It is stalking with light. It is the presence of Satan and the demon possessed. 7LWS588. All right, it's currently 9:37 a.m. and this is P.O.C. Alrighty, showing you in images of the demons that are American Medical Response Vehicle 46103. License plate is driven by a male and a female appears in the passenger. 63677Y2. American Medical Response monitoring with 7WRD457, 8NTE851, 8MVL108, 7VBY174. 7HDC629. States fake sun right here over me while I'm standing in front of what is the Kentucky Fried Chicken at 1188 Foothill Boulevard in Upland. The state's light source is directly over that, which was what I'm capturing, and this is understanding, first of all, what is a demon, who is secondly engaging in stalking, and doing so on behalf of what is thirdly government, okay, a public entity. It's currently 9:40 a.m. where I captured those. I'm sorry, 9:39 a.m. probably when I captured those images. I just captured them right now, and I just want to document license plate on my podcast. This is P.O.C. Oh, you're going to remember the state's fake sun is over the Upland Unified School District. I believe that's 9:35, if not 9:25 a.m. State's light source is nowhere near that, okay? 8SLT919. It's right here over me where American Medical Response is stalking. Demons, pathetic ones, driving in an ambulance, stalking somebody, okay? That's what Satan is. 69844X2, 8TYX558. This is P.O.C. Alrighty, license 8XDC445, that's the one playing music. They're touching with directed light. License 7XFG297. U.S.NATV 7BZF745. 6467B3, I believe. Can't really see that one. License plate 6WAY674. 8LVF 701 0074M2, I believe. That's Bell Cab nonetheless. 1BLK SHO 5UZK 330 7FNJ 153 7M. I can't really see that one. 8PNR 580 7BTM 837. It's 9:42 a.m. F553. Demons studying their phones while they turn the corner, monitoring systematically. License 10272L2 6YOX777 6UYJ584 6FTS498 8UPZ 636 7A37665 7HAE084 8Z76P1 substantially similar 8SOL242 0826082 KRUZNJ 8FTW065 7TFL451 45621F3 7BTR454 8YJV542. I can't really see that one. Visser Bus Services, license 7UEY642. That's a school bus driving north on Mountain Avenue at 9:44 a.m. and on traffic cameras as well. I can't really see that one. 8YMS044 7WRJ721 6AYH662, 8YCM771. AS437 handicap, 5PFK143, 7HZT384, 7XDX191, PNKHRT, 7WKD481, 8TPU735, 6ZBE215, 7TGY741, I believe. License 6NKD934, 8UEM865. Every single last one of them, which you need, these are demons. And it is really that real. It's very, very, very sad. They're all under what is a fake sun, and this is the presence of Satan, and these are Satan's minions. And I'm not just naming Satan's minions, I'm documenting them. They're engaging in very serious criminal activity. Let me be clear, they're all demons. 8HDE337, 8LOA785, 8LBZ568, 5PO8512. And that's, again, what you need to understand. Demon possession is real, and it's very, very, very prominent. 8VDS551. They all have the same spirit on them. 244 R23. That's Nevada. And how are you aware of that spirit? Directed light and a fake sun. 8J30404, I believe. It's a white van. License plate 8YNN658, 6KUM355, 6FRZ169, 425ZKA, I believe that's Nevada. It is 9:47 a.m. All right, license plate showing capturing video 9:47 a.m. Just using that as an example, showing what is the maintenance of presence. You're listening to me on my podcast. I've been here before 9:47 a.m. This is speaking to the absence of any light source that's remaining over some, as I documented, contrary to what I documented, 7ZDK466, January 22nd. I remain at what is a 7-Eleven. Excuse me, not a 7-Eleven. 6ZIL664, the Starbucks at 111 North Vineyard Avenue. I remain there, and then I get on the bus and I get on Route 61 and G314YO, and I go to what is Ovid Family Community Library, and at 9:47 a.m., which is the time now, which I choose to use as an illustration as to what is not possibly the sun, while I remain stationary in the city of Upland, not coming from anywhere near what is the intersection of Vineyard and Holt Boulevard, which again is only one single example, because at 9:47, 9:46 a.m., I've used that more than one time with regard to what is looking at what is remaining over me, regardless of my location. Remember, 9:50 a.m., I am also at the Pomona Regional Transit Center, documenting the minions of the Pomona Police Department. Okay? I have not left. I'm referencing January 27, 2022. I had not left yet. I'm still there. You're looking at what is coming from remaining in the city of Ontario. 9:47 a.m., I'm on the bus, Route 61, not going anywhere near Pomona. I remain in Ontario from the block of Vineyard and Holt to the block of Lemon and Holt. And I get off the bus, 9:47 a.m. I'm showing you what is the fake sun moving over in motion, moving as I move over the B&G Plaza. At 9:47 a.m. today, I remain in Upland. I've been here before 9:47 a.m. This is speaking to, again, this time, which I'm using as an illustration, but you're also looking at what is the even bigger picture, where I was coming from on January 22nd, 2022, on January 27th, 2022, today, all right, and understanding where, not only where I was coming from, where I was going, and what is what relevant. I'm already in Upland today, nowhere in the city of Ontario, nowhere in the city of Pomona. All right, getting on a bus, going toward and remaining there and coming back. I'm here before this time, the state following with the fake sun from 630 North Fern, from the address where I'm getting up in the morning. But nonetheless, I'm here earlier in the morning in Upland. And I'm giving you an example. The state's fake sun has been sitting here over me. So I just caught video of it at 9:47 a.m. This is not the sun. All right, this is not the coexisting maintenance of some omnipresent light source. The sun itself is not an omnipresent star. It's in constant movement, maintaining presence, moving all about, not remaining, by the way, on a single street. That is literally contradictory to the very definition, the very object itself. by the way. It is literally impossible. And so that's why I document that. I mean, you're talking about any ordinary target individual documenting surveillance that they are subject to, that is sufficient, and that's the prima facie case. All right, you are being subject to monitoring, and it's a demonic entity that's engaging in that, documenting what is not possibly the sun that's over you all day long. That is a prima facie case for the P.O.C. While you are prosecuting a government, initiating that prosecution of that government, where that is the environment that you are in, all right? And that is all of the above. That is terrorism. That is also the sex offender while you're being molested, because you're understanding you're prosecuting a government who are acting on behalf of Satan. You're prosecuting a people who are acting on behalf of Satan. The people that you are looking at, these government actors that you are looking at, you can see them. They're not made of spirit. They have that spirit on them. Oh, but they're very much not impervious to being prosecuted for that demented criminal conduct and terrorism that they are being documented as engaging in. And that's why you have what is not the sun remaining over you, and your ability to document that. And I'm showing you how very easy it is. Your ability to document that is the prima facie case for the pattern of conduct where government is engaging in what is federal group stalking and monitoring. Okay, you're talking about all you're showing a fake sun, which it is by definition a fake sun remaining over you, just like I showed you yesterday. 4:43 p.m. I am literally on the same street, looking at the same street, D Street. I'm outside of the Upland Public Library at 9:59 a.m. I'm inside of the Upland Public Library at 4:43 p.m. That's a prima facie case right there. Anyway, it is currently 9:55 a.m. and the state's fake sun is remaining over me, and that's what I captured video of at 9:47. 4XNS111. This is P.O.C. All right, license plate 8JYN564. License 7ZIC 989. 8ALR011. 8ZAL173. 8WAK691. 7XRY064. It's 10:09 a.m. KBAY3M. 8TFD598. 6TDJ239. 4ZRE 384. It's 10:12 a.m. It is 10:14 a.m. And I did capture video at 10:09 a.m. 7PPJ095, 8XPZ116. And what I'm showing at 10:09 a.m. is the light source that's remaining over the KFC, which is alignment with me, over me, 8HRD902, in direct conflict with what is nature, all right, and common sense. At 10:09 a.m., February 5th, 2022, the state's fake sun is through the window while I'm inside of the library, 7SML055. I'm inside of the library facing that Carnegie Library, which is facing the parking lot of the Upland Public Library. And while I am at that direction, again, facing what is the entirely opposite direction, west of the venue of the Upland Public Library, contrary to where the state's light source is present right now, 7GNA539. If that was the actual sun that was over me, facing that direction inside of the Upland Public Library, I would not be able to capture this light source that's over the KFC, 05098C3. And that is, again, just the ongoing presentation of what is stalking with a fake sun. And this is capturing what is demonic activity, while also demons cross path and directed light is occurring. 8PGT515, DJ704 handicap. The light source is remaining over the KFC, which is, again, that stalking with a light source, 4ZYJ014, J Hart, SFIEL. In the city of Upland, over that KFC. And again, this documentation, on a broader picture, I'm using 9:47 a.m. If you remember, February 5th, I got off the Omnitrans bus and I arrived at the 7-Eleven at 9:47 a.m., which I reminded, again, I captured the video at 9:47, reminding of what is January 22nd, 2022, 9:47 a.m. coming from the Starbucks. And the light source is directly over the B&G Plaza, moving as I am moving on a bus in the city of Ontario. And February 5th, going from Ontario to Upland, arriving at 9:47 at the 7-Eleven. Fake sun is directly over my head. Fake sun is over the parking lot, which is again, facing east inside of the Upland Public Library, and that light source is directly above me. Facing east inside of the Upland Public Library is in no way capable of being seen. That light source, if it was the sun, in other words, would not be present through that window. And the opposite is true as well. If that was a light source that is capable of being seen over that parking lot while I'm facing the parking lot inside of the Upland Public Library, then it wouldn't be over some KFC in Upland. All right, I can't see what is east of the property of the Upland Public Library through the parking lot window. All right, what's going on over the KFC on Mountain and Foothill. All right, and so you're talking about what I captured, and that's understanding what is movement under what is a light source that is not the actual sun. Understanding what is stalking with light, it's demonic. It's also terrorism. And this is revealing what is the condition of a people in that environment, maintaining presence all around you, and having that demonic spirit on them while they're engaging in criminal activity. It's state surveillance. And so that is the video that I captured at 10:09 a.m. and I'm reminding about that, using that, again, that time, that down to the minute, to show what is that consistent analysis, what is not possibly the sun while it remains over me, and as I remain at an address. And so you're talking about what is 9:47 a.m. At no time is that possibly the sun while I remain stationary in Upland at the KFC. But on February 5th, you're talking about what is the light source that's remaining in Ontario, moving as I'm moving on the bus, and arriving in Upland at the 7-Eleven, going to the Upland Public Library where the state's light source remains all day long. So it is 10:18 a.m. This is the P.O.C. and that's what I documented, and the state's light source remains present. 8 U.S.X 601, 8 Y.F.C. I'm sorry, 8 Y.C.F 918, and it's 10:19 a.m. SDZ013. Directed light on the curb while this demon crosses path. 8 URV 178. 7XRY064 CO575W1 CO57W1, excuse me. 9F91457. That's the Goodwill. They have malicious will. They're monitoring. It's a demon driving that Goodwill vehicle, engaging in interstate stalking, contrary to what that company calls itself, Goodwill. P.O.C. license 8SUJ672, 7KVV622, and it is 10:21 a.m. All right, and again, this goes without saying, 6PVV223, but I will say it. License 8ZIS174, while the state's fake sun, as I'm capturing it, remaining over me at Mountain and Foothill. 6SEN846, it is indeed no light source, 5WOY465, that is remaining over a parking lot, which the actual sun is at no time actually doing, over the Dunkin' Donuts at 355 South Mountain Avenue. Alrighty, remaining over the roof and then setting inside of that Dunkin' Donuts. While I'm inside, I'm showing still images of what is the light source, setting in alignment with me at 355 South Mountain. 4S, I can't really see that one. That is also speaking to what is the absence, 6WHE453, of any light source, which is not the sun at any time, remaining over, for example, what is in the morning on Arrow while I stand on the sidewalk. License 7LWU902 while I stand on the sidewalk in between what is First Avenue and Arrow on, First Avenue and Euclid Avenue on Arrow, and then, which is the same property, the Upland City Hall, the Upland Public Library, and then while I'm inside of that venue, being on what is the opposite side of the same property, D Street and Euclid Avenue, in the evening. 6YJJ672. That is not the actual sun that's present while I'm showing you what is the fake sun to, I can't really see that one. What is the fake sun that is over me at this time and remaining. And then also, as I cross the street, the fake sun is not over the KFC anymore. All right, it's in alignment with me. That's the pattern of stalking with light. 5MSH738. All right, and the directed light that's moving while demons such as 8ZKX288, I believe, are crossing path with directed light. That is the pattern of stalking with light. All right, and it is showing that ongoing pattern, as I've already shown. You're talking about what is that ongoing evidence of what is not possibly the sun. 6EXV191, 8MGF476. Again, what is not possibly the sun remaining over that property while I remain at that particular property, whichever property that is, a Dunkin' Donuts, an Apple Public Library, all day long. XP74906. And remaining on the same strip of a street, being over the Vons in the morning, being over the McDonald's in the morning, being over the U.S. Bank at 21 East Foothill Boulevard in the morning, and then setting in alignment with me while I'm inside of the Upland Public Library, which is less than a mile down the same street. That is a pattern of conduct of stalking with light, and that is not possibly the sun. But then again, you have what is being at an entirely different location, and you have what is an absolute departure from what is that documented presence of, again, what is not possibly the sun. An absolute variation of that, and the inability to be able to capture that light source if it was somehow simultaneously present over the KFC at 1188 Foothill Boulevard, Mountain Avenue, and Foothill, which is west of that location where my camera's not facing anywhere in that direction. It's directly over me, directly over the buildings that I'm documenting my presence at, and then remaining into the end of the day. All right, this is in every way the impossibility of the actual sun. This is revealing demonic activity, and the demon possessed around 6YDR943, 6WZZ403, 7LQU622, ATGM745. And the noise you hear in the background is a creation of noise. It's audible activity. All right, it's a demon doing so. Under what is a fake sun that remains over me. 8JNN815, 7NTG815, 5NZS936, 5ZGM083. It's 10:25 a.m. 8YQY853, 8RIW576, 8Z26. I can't really see the rest of them. 8KPS457, 4GNL324, 7BYK840, 7FDS224, 8XNT899, 7GVJ215, BN12F80 paper, 8GUU058, 7KPJ010, 5ZEG800, 8VCW668, and it's 10:25 a.m. Seven FQJ692, 8DSW571, 8JTE067, 8XAP315. 7LBS546, 7XIG170, 6MNH164, 7BEB844, I believe. 8TKK639, 8GEM136, 8D00, I can't really see that one, 6UNB922, 8LVE393, 05700W2, 8JWL153, 8GVS510, 8DIB937. And again, as I'm pointing out what is again where I've been as of late, you're going to remember what the state is doing with its fake sun in 2021. Okay, which is relevant to time of year. It's Sunday, February 13, 2022. 7 U.S.V. 811, I believe. License 7YDS 352. License 91A-BGC, that's Florida. Not only that, remaining over me while I'm in the city of Ontario, again, remaining at this time at the B&G Plaza, I've documented this, and then remaining over me as I then walk north up Plum Avenue through the parking lot of the Ontario City Hall, the Senior Center, the 280 North Lemon Apartments, arriving at the Ovid Family Community Library, and the light source remaining for the duration of the day. License 90559J2. This is mutually exclusive with regard to what is not the sun remaining over me while I have already documented my presence remaining there. All right, and so that pattern of criminal obstruction of justice and criminal summoning, criminal defamation by Sean Thrasher and the City of Ontario at that state facilitating venue, the Ovid Family Community Library, is indeed engaging in what is obstruction of justice, engaging in what is that ongoing sexual violence while you're being documented and engaging in those criminal acts, which is the pattern of conduct. all right, which is the delusional conduct and criminal activity by an entity that is being documented, you're going to federal prison for that, all right? And that's why the light source is not over those venues, it's over me here, because I was subject to that very pattern of conduct. License plate, 8ZOV183, 8PDD354, 99921V1 Loomis, license 7DIR729. License 0AG, I can't really see that one. License 7FXW031. DL Hart GUO. 8X, yeah, if you want to see that one, 7LLG073. EY293, handicap, crossing path again, 5WSP273, 8UKC444. 49AXWG, I believe that's a white van, and it's a Florida license plate. Upland Police on traffic cameras at Foothill and Mountain, driving south on Mountain Avenue right now at 10:30 a.m. That is crossing path, and the fake sun is over me. It's, let me see, 10:30 a.m. still. $7DXD019. $8PMX858. FLYJC. $5WRZ361, 7EBH866, 8KRL066, 7TIS. I can't really see the rest of them. It's 10:32 a.m. 8XRW781. License plate 8GOE288, 8BRW170, 8KWU845, license 7FVC557, 8JTA341. Capturing an image of what is a demon, keeping their back to me. She's maintaining presence in the path, maintaining somebody there on the sidewalk. This is the ongoing surveillance conducted by the demon possessed. 8XFT167. 8KGM438, 8ZEN621. And understand these license plates are identifying what are not only criminals that are engaging in state surveillance with the government, monitoring with communication devices. This is demonic activity. And so this is a demon that is just looking in the opposite direction. The purpose is maintaining perpetual presence in the path. So while traffic lights are ongoing, maintaining what is presence in direct alignment with me on a sidewalk where I'm standing documenting, this is a demon that's engaging in that conduct. All right, and so that's what I capture an image of. This is the pattern of the people of the state. All right, everywhere that I go, maintaining, somebody is always maintaining presence where it is that I'm standing or sitting, wherever it is that I'm at. All right, it's license G534AO 8WUD265. And that's what I took a still image of. I don't need to see that demon's face. You're understanding what is a stalking conduct. This is ongoing terrorism, and it is a specific environment, and it's the pattern of what is presence in the path. That's group stalking. 4YQA229. Uh, 8XAR079, 8WFY068, 8LQA587. $62029M2, 16272P2, 8UHP106, 8CFX063, 7GXX713, GS220 handicap, 20676X2, 6ZBC 467, 7HDJ596, 29486F1, and it's 10:35 a.m. Let's see. It's 10:36 a.m. You have demons that are engaging in the pattern of conduct, stalking with audible activity creation, using their horns, for example. It's a means of maintaining noise with regard to what it is that I do as I do it. 8YDG390, 6Y13429 Myers, 6MFP440, 8WBX097. Um, 8MST056, 8CGP112. 42575F2, U.S.C. crossing path again, 7XIN 610. It's 10:38 a.m. 8AYZ605. 8THX074. License 6LBU423, 5HNY074, 8XNU238. 5VSW508, 8PCG506, 7BWR892, 8WNL104, 97769E3, 8WLN618, 5LFD698, G135LO, 6ZLW640, 5SDS293, 403, 5, I can't really see that one, 8XYA570, 7FJG414. Monitoring with these other demons. The demon that I'm showing you, this old lady with her back to me, this is a demon, first of all, and she's maintaining presence while directed light is on the curb while these demons are crossing path. I'm reading their license plates. All right, she's maintaining presence. She's monitoring to that light activity that's ongoing, and this is demonic. 6LBU423 in the parking lot, maintaining surveillance. This is a surrounding conduct. 5VKL027. This is monitoring with communication devices, and that's why you have what is also, it's demonic, but this is also with regard to what is the ongoing monitoring, facilitation for the ability for everyone else to monitor as well, this engineered light while you're crossing path and maintaining presence all around. Standing on the sidewalk beside me, relevant positioning. Sitting in a vehicle in alignment with me, that's relevant positioning. Closing your car doors, stalking with audible activity, and then going into a facilitating venue, 8MYX425, where you remain in relevant position. And what you have, which is a light source that remains over me while you are in relevant position. It is the pattern of conduct, period. All right, and there's nothing that you're doing other than engaging in presence with some company name, some logo, where state monitoring is underway. This is the government that's present vicariously through any company name, through any third-party license plate. All right, while that ongoing environment remains. License 5WPW259. 7FJK187, 6LVK954, 8TDZ129, BC2ENB, 5ZCT742, 8LIL220, CB01A97 paper, 8REE308, 7LAK116, LNDAS56, 8YRY787, 63826H1, It's 10:41 a.m. License 7RQC219, 8YHU113. M45, 8M54573. Eight EIK 127, 8 ALX 898. Eight ABD 299. 6WYR 794, 8 SVH 280, 6W NU 912. 503 21Z2 8BO. I can't see that one. 8B. I can't see that one either. 60FT 392 ALZP 30, I believe. 5630C3 8PVV 814 7AJL 796 6DJ 814 I believe. 5HZA 979 CTE 2039. That's Arizona. It's 10:43 a.m. Six WLN 498, 8 WAC 419, 8 NSM 786. Seven XFG 016. 8 UHR 740, 8 HMD 029, 9353201, 7 ABH 692. 33560B2. BHA 214, 7ZDD 843, 4UBZ. Can't really see the rest of them. 8VZD 797, 6WSA 808. That's amplified plane engine, that's audible activity. And that is the state with whom the entity is monitoring all these demons who I'm identifying by license plate. It is 10:46 a.m. License 5ELP393, 857XF, handicap, 5619, hold on, 56915E2, Golden Bear Towing, 8JVF 956, BAD GRLZ, 6ZHS 733, 8RFK 729, 5MYL 961, 8DSU 873, 8RPM 240, 8MAC 975, 7RQL 757. Six WAA 028. Six PKW 075, I believe. It's 10:47 a.m. 7ERS 397, 8BMP 990, 7VVF 526. It is 10:48 a.m. License 4KZH, I can't really say that, 5HLR 588, I believe, 8CEA 092, BX228, that's a handicap license plate. SUH094, 4YCN 203. $11868 V2. NAN 164, 8ECK 680, 5NSJ 518, 7M 73414. That's a demon that's monitoring, by the way. License 8HKM161, 8R. I can't really say that one. 8HME 693. 8MQZ163, 8WPE 669. 13388F3, 8RDW 985. 8XQJ 947, 6UEW 923, 8TZA 702, 6LBM 183. It's 10:51 a.m. RFB 503, HNDRDS, 8NUK 006, 7UYY 660. License GRNDMND 7LMK 968, 7FNY 765. 7874139, 7PO, I can't see that one. 7YG, I can't say that one anymore. 7XHA138. You have Omnitrans crossing path. That's bus number 1361, Route 66 at 10:53 a.m. Stopping at 1188 Foothill Boulevard. That's the KFC, the bus stop right there in front. Want to document that? You have the absence of the arrival for the opposite direction, the Omnitrans. That is going toward the, what would be the Montclair station. This is while an entity is monitoring documentation and knowing exactly what it is that I'm documenting, by the way. All right, and that's the pattern by that venue, which is Omnitrans engaging in P.O.C. That's a demon honking their horn as I move my my baggage carrier, stalking with activity. 5KJG417. That is the ongoing activity creation. That demon is stalking with activity, though, knowing exactly what I'm doing. 8YPY454. License 8MQH547. 7GAS259. 59301 and 2, 8URY031, 70458T1, 08768Y1, N304UO, 27A10, Florida, 6EVU868. 7HQL072, EJ211 handicap, 7WKD453, 7R11584, 8NXU583, 4ZEK981, 7UHE720, 8JNL527, 6VPG439, 8LLK112, 6UQR000, 6MVE821, 6TFH292, 06002N1. Upland Police patrolling, that's vehicle number 215, license 154112, substantially similar. That's a second Upland Police vehicle. As I was reading these license plates, you had Upland PD crossing path driving what is east on Foothill Boulevard. They're on traffic cameras while they approach the intersection of Mountain and Foothill, and that is the second one driving through the parking lot of the Stater Brothers and the Big Lots, where I was this morning showing you the fake sent over me at 9:02 a.m. That is the Upland Police monitoring while these demons on this side of the street are crossing path with direct light, and the fake sun is over my head. 8CBG128. It is 10:56 a.m. A license plate 8XYN450. And by second, I don't mean second total. I mean second in the last 60 seconds. All right, while I was reading the license plates that are crossing path, you have what was Upland PD crossing path and then crossing path again. So I read the vehicle number of that demon driving that police officer's vehicle, police department vehicle, 7YOU677. 7YOU862, 8CEH646, 7GJC656, 7MHH985, 8MLF278, RX, I can't see that one, 8XNT934, 7ZWF805, 7UPD035, 8TCX796, 5PFN159, 45079G3, 8XNU184. That's amplified audible activity of a plane, by the way. It is 10:58 a.m. License 04403W17P RH940, I believe. LWB Heart AB. XKM221, 5EQJ187, 8HFP378, 1TSTUXY, that's Domino's, 8RUC216, 6LYU340, 8BUB937, 5AAK508, 6 CB1859, I believe, paper. 7APC209, 7N62544, 8BFM560, 7XQH448, DN308, that's handicap. 02340C3, 7PVL484. It's 10:59 a.m. I want to document, again, it's 11 a.m. Omnitrans Route 66 going toward the Montclair train station or bus station. Arriving at this time, I just want to document the entity is engaging in a pattern of conduct of what is state surveillance, and including the public transit lines, which I have heavily documented while I remain subject to that pattern of conduct. And so arrival, non-arrival, etc. is within the P.O.C. and it is relevant to what is the ongoing obstruction of justice. And that is also targeted harassment by the entity that is also monitoring. And so I just want to document that. And Omnitrans is now arriving. It's 11 o'clock on the dot. License plate 87542X1. That's Plumbing Master, and they have direct light on that vehicle while they're sitting at the stoplight of Mountain, monitoring and now crossing path monitoring. All right. It is 11 a.m. License 8RAF467. This is P.O.C. All right. This bus is being driven by employee number 3275, an African-American female, and this is Route 66. Bus number 1362, again, arriving at what is 11 a.m. And arriving at what is the Montclair station right now. Alrighty, this is bus number 1535707, and you have a demon that's waiting to cross path with directed light. That's Omnitrans on the short bus, capturing an image of an employee that was driving this bus as well. That's license plate 1590829, where the fake sun is in the window, arriving on the grounds of the Montclair train station. Where Omnitrans is arriving pursuant to what is not published on their bus book, right? That's a pattern while you're documenting state surveillance and also revealing that pattern of conduct, which is clearly underway while a state's fake sun is remaining over me. And I document that on the buses where I remain subject to that P.O.C. and that also that ongoing indication of demon possession by those who are just driving buses. And that's what this Omnitrans Route 88 Montclair vehicle number 7308, loitering in relevant position, and as I use my phone, crossing path and directed light, just like the demons of Foothill Transit and Omnitransit to Pomona Regional Transit Center, which, by the way, as I documented and I remain at that property, leaving from that property, and I'll documented that again on January 30th, 2022. This is that mutually exclusive conduct. All right, it is currently 11:12 a.m. Alrighty, showing you what is the stalking conduct by the people. Omnitrans license 1590829, and I'm showing you what is stalking via aircraft. The entity is flying over, amplifying plane activity, which is audible activity. This is crossing path in the sky space. This is ongoing demonic conduct, surveilling by flying over, while I'm also showing you what is a picture of the fake sun directly over me. You see it right hovering over the side of the little bus seating area where I'm sitting at the Montclair train station, where the fake sun is directly over me, and you see that pattern of stalking with airplanes and creating audible activity, directed light while Omnitrans crosses path. All right, it is currently 11:13 a.m. This is P.O.C. All right, license 1404974. That's Route 85, bus 1330. It's 11:15 a.m. All right, again, this employee of Omnitrans, the African-American female that was driving Route 66, where the fake sun's remaining over me, monitoring it, and I want to be clear, identifiable. She has tattoos on her lower calves, on her left and right leg, I believe. Yeah. So it's, and I captured images of her, and I also documented her employee number, and she's speaking to what is the inability to get on the bus because it's the end of the line. But you have another patron that got on the bus, and so you're talking about what is some policy where you have to get off, but you're also picking and choosing who can get on and off the bus. You have another one that's, so I'm documenting, and it's also relevant because they're engaging in surveillance. So while she's opening and closing the door, remaining in the doorway of the bus, directed light in the shade, and the fake sun is over the Montclair train station, directly over me at the Montclair train station, where that is in no way compatible with remaining anywhere over up in public library, remaining over the Ovid Family Community Library, while I go in and out throughout the day, showing you upon my arrival and showing you what is the maintenance of that light source all day long, with being in transit coming from the Pomona Regional Transit Center, which, by the way, on January 30th, I remain and I go, this is how I'm able to capture Union Pacific using the train station as a method of activity creation. I capture that in a still image. The fake sun is remaining present while I am still at that venue. This is just showing what is the maintenance of a light source, okay? And so I just want to document that conduct and what I'm being told by employees as to the inability to get back on the bus while the pattern of conduct is underway, so it remains relevant. It's 11:21 a.m. Foothill Transit, reaching over toward me with directed light, 1602260. Bus 2917 stating not in service. They're crossing path, engaging in the pattern of conduct. It is 11:24 a.m. License 1302445, bus 1333. That's Omnitrans Route 85. 11:32 a.m. Foothill Transit, bus number 2710. Where's it? 2410. At 11:34 a.m. Crossing path at the Montclair train station. This is a license plate. Let's see a license plate. Same directed light as you saw in video, 1469811. Not in service. It's a means of crossing path. It doesn't matter whether it's in service or not. Documenting what our company is engaging in this state surveillance, this sexual molestation, and this terrorism. It's absolutely demonic. That is not sunlight that's ever going to occur like that. It's the ongoing pattern of conduct. And doing so through what is a company name readily identifiable as Foothill Transit, while, by the way, the fake sun is directly over me. And that's what I documented at 11:25 a.m. This is Route 188, Azusa, Foothill Transit. It says 816, the license plate 1469734. And Omnitrans on a short bus, Route 84, Mountain Avenue, crossing path. This is patrolling. These are demons that are patrolling. And this is the company, the people of the state using companies to engage in the state surveillance system. License plate 1527173. That is vehicle number 9223. It's 11:35 a.m. All right, documenting in still images, the fire department loitering in relevant position at the I'm at the Montclair train station while the state is soaring above the train station by aircraft. This is literally just flying in circles. These are demons engaging in pacing, and Satan is present. This is the light source, not the sun, and these are demons engaging in that conduct. This is documentation of terrorism, and the fire department is loitering in relevant position. I did capture an image of that. This is the amplified audible activity while the fire department is loitering in relevant position. That's the state acting via the fire department. All right, that's relevant positioning, group stalking, and they're monitoring together with Omnitrans, with Foothill Transit. But that's what I took still images of. This is ongoing at what is the Montclair train station. It is 11:37 a.m. All right, Foothill Transit crossing path. This is license plate 1421635. Route 492, vehicle F2225. It is 11:38 a.m. This is Metrolink going eastbound.
For rider safety,
amplification of plane activity. Foothill Transit is crossing path with a vehicle stating not in service. This is vehicle 2923, license 1605700. That is Foothill Transit, Silver Streak, crossing path. Reaching over to touch with directed light while I'm sitting underneath what is the seating area for the train. All right, that is it's 11:49 a.m. Okay, this is P.O.C. It's 11:57 a.m. I have Route 66 present. Arriving license 1545945 at 11:57 a.m. This is P.O.C. Foothill Transit, vehicle F2129, Route 197. They said 15 minutes for the other one. You're taking off in 15 minutes? Oh, okay. This is Route 197 Foothill Transit, crossing path, license plate. That's Montclair Transit Center, Route 197 Foothill Transit, license 1388388 at 11:57 a.m. Alrighty, Omnitrans and Foothill Transit monitoring together. Light activity. The demon driving the bus gets off the bus, waits until I make a move to do so. That's how you're stalking with activity, and that's impossible light that's moving on the sidewalk in the shade while he does so. License 1348370, Foothill Transit Route 480, vehicle F1806. It's 11:59 a.m. 1602260 and 1469811, Foothill Transit, molesting with directed light while I'm sitting on the bus of Omnitrans. And the bus that I'm sitting on is bus number 2361. And capturing an image of what is the fake sun that is directly over the Montclair Transit Center. And that directed light that you see on the sidewalk is the directed light that is reaching through the windows. So it's necessarily not on the ground. It's reaching through windows in order to touch, moving on the ground on the inside of the bus. Okay, in order to touch. That's the conduct of the sex offender. That's the demonic activity, and that is what is relevant to what is interstate stalking as well. That's the company Foothill Transit. That is also the act of hostility by demons while you document them. This is all relevant to what is terrorism by such a company engaging in what is state surveillance. All right, and that is why the light source is remaining over me. It is currently 12:05 p.m. and those buses crossing path on the bus of Omnitrans, P.O.C. License 1421616. Vehicle F2220, Route 492. It is 12:06 p.m. That's another one crossing path. One 1602215. That's Foothill Transit. It is 12:12 p.m. Crossing path on the grounds of the Montclair train station. This is P.O.C. Alrighty, and I'm showing you what is the driver's side of the bus, where it would be shade. The fake sun is on the hitting on the passenger side, and you have what is not only directed light that's on the ground. You have what is directed light that is appearing on the bus through the middle of a walkway of the bus. This is impossible light activity even as it's occurring on the sidewalk outside. But I want to be clear, that is the ongoing demonic pattern of stalking in the path with light, simultaneous with your movement in the path or crossing path. You have what is the manifestation of light. All right, and you can see it is while it's appearing in the shade. So I want to be clear. This is light conduct that is appearing where you are not actually even under what is the light source, which again, under no circumstances is light occurring and appearing at a distance away, moving across, as I showed you, the Upland Methodist Church, moving across the windows. That's light activity that's moving across at a distance away, moving across the brick wall of the Upland City Hall, while demons, that's what they are. They're crossing path, moving in vehicles. It's absolutely disconnected conduct. It is speaking to what is the presence of demons who are stalking in the path. This is demonic activity. Now, this demonic activity is achieving what is monitoring with communication devices. This engineered light is instrumental. And what is the ongoing pattern? There is always happens to be a light source over my head, which is what I'm documenting with regard to what is stalking with a fake sun, as I'm also showing that ongoing conflict, what is counter to nature and the understanding of the sun as we know it. This is revealing what is a satanic targeting system, and that ongoing prosecution for such demonic methods of monitoring in violation of Title 18 is what is referred to as exactly what it is. Any other stalker, and this is an unprecedented stalker, it is the government, and it is of a specific condition which is relevant to terrorism, which is touching and following around with this abnormal light, revealing what is your condition while you are stalking on behalf of an entity and touching with this engineered light. License 1527174. And so this is what I was speaking to with the two license plates of Foothill Transit. Light is appearing on what would be shade. All right, they're driving by the bus. The fake sun is over what is the passenger side of the bus, so the manifestation of a shade of the bus is appearing on what is the driver's side. You have directed light appearing in the shade of the bus that's provided on the bus that I'm on. Directed light is appearing in that shade, and also directed light is also appearing in the middle of the bus on the floor. I've shown you what is the same exact pattern of conduct, for example, where I'm showing you directed light that is moving upward, and by upward I mean toward the front of the bus, which I pointed out the contradiction with that. Impossible light. Street lamps are not reaching reaching to touch light into the inner center hallway, walkway of the bus. And even if light is somehow impossibly, all right, but I'm even going to entertain the notion, it would not be moving in that direction while light is stationary. For example, street lamps and building lights, you have what it would be as the bus is in motion driving towards such light sources. The light would not be moving forward in the same direction that the bus is driving forward, all right? This is the same conic where a demon identified by a company name, Foothill Transit, is engaging in what is crossing path while that impossible light is manifesting all around me. It's called stalking flight. All right, and I documented that directed light, for example, on the ground to the Ontario airport where I remain subject to the pattern of conduct. I documented it while on Hope Boulevard on Omnitrans Route 61, and it was identified where Stereo City is at the intersection of Hope Boulevard and Sultana. That's called directed light. And these are different methods of the same exact pattern of conduct, the ongoing pattern of light manifesting, and it is necessary to show the abnormality of this light, the impossibility of this light actually occurring. This is revealing what is demonic activity. All right, and so anyway, it is currently 12:16 p.m., and this is P.O.C. As you can hear, leaving from the Montclair Transit Center in the city of Montclair, where the state remains, as I documented on video upon arrival, as I remain using a specific time as an illustration for what is stalking with a fake sun, and documenting what is the terrorism and sexual violence, while state surveillance is underway under what are the people of the state using company names to engage in this criminal system in the state of California. It is 12:16 p.m. This is P.O.C. License 4C MW 071 C6PXF 352 7JCH 837 8XOA 771 09366 F2, and it is 12:19 p.m. The license plate 7ZRG 110. And engaging in the P.O.C. with a minor child. License 62096Z2 7XTJ239. Six KIG 487 7YTK 740 7742282. License 6GWT 557 at Fremont and Marino. That is 65HT557. That's a correct license plate. Seven ZMU 05 7HCM 951 V680TO 8HXX. I'm sorry, 8XHX 144 7ZTA 819. License 6TTY 662. At Central Avenue and Marino Street. Let's see, 5RBT092 73293D2 7DJD283 7NWF 507 7PK Z680 8ZED 986 6HGY 620 8GDS 015. And again, what I'm pointing out about Foothill Transit, it's the same pattern of conduct with every other third party. All right, so this is how you're, first of all, understanding what is a system. Second of all, you are understanding with regard to this impossibility with this light and that ongoing pattern of what is an impossible occurrence under any circumstance, what is revealing demonic activity, the presence of demons, okay? And so it is the same exact pattern of conduct as I have consistently documented and documented on podcast, directed light on me in a vehicle while someone else is also at the same time crossing path. It's demonic. All right, and it's the same P.O.C. as I'm documenting third parties. DCWB YZ1. 8WJH994. It's 12:22 p.m. P.O.C. at the Target at 9052. I want to say Central. At Montclair Place, passing by that venue, Gold's Gym, that entire plaza. This is a pattern of conduct that, and this is a relevant position where I'm at. I'm monitoring right now. License 8YPP362 7VGV 390. MLB 379. It's 12:22 p.m. 7NLA 675. 7VYN 567. 4SEJ 118. 5ZXB 672. 8HKG 181. 5XZV 456. 8TIM 664. 8THS 279. 8PQC 649. 7NKF 828. I can't really see that one. 8KYD 003. It is 12:24 p.m. 7 RAV 809, in case I did not read that. We are at Richton and -9th Street and Central Avenue. License C260E0. 7LGJ 856, I believe. 6YMR 523. Seven XCM 680. YMR 523 is the correct license plate. 7LGJ 686 is the correct license plate. I want to make sure I recited those correctly. 8EX I can't really say that. It was a Washington plate. I can't see anything to scratch that one. 6CVT 756. 7ZJE 252. 6LGJ 145, in case I didn't read that one already. License 371YS handicap 7TLR 422. At 11th Street, and I believe this is 11th and Central. Yeah, 11th and Central. SALLARY. 5XRA 689. 7CR, can I see that one? 7ZCY 810, I believe. License 7XTA 325. License 5TTP 384 8LZW 042 at Benson Avenue and Foothill Boulevard. License 8NOX 408. PQA 940. C0854 2B2 and direct a light onto the bus while they are driving 2 lanes ahead. Away. 1ARTCAB 62425583 ATBU 245 6XJC 499 6EJG 591 5YAR 669 see 8R, I can't really see that one. It's very small. It's 12:30 p.m. Um, 8JSK 880. PJJ 346. PWD 574, 2D51161, 8MKY 136, 8PDV 257. It's 12:31 p.m. 8ZSV 626, 7654F handicap, 6TT T093. 6LAJ 602, 8KGG 205, I believe. Can I see that? 7SHN 560, 5XXL 344, 8HIL 670. L3A1CLA, Arizona, 6B16217. All right, capturing the image of what is the light source remaining in alignment with the window of the bus that I'm on, currently at the intersection of Mulberry Avenue and Foothill Boulevard at 12:32 p.m. And that is, again, the absence of any light source that is remaining over the Upland Public Library, remaining in the city of Ontario, in alignment with the entrance of the Ovid Family Community Library in the city of Ontario. This is the light source that is moving toward that direction as we are on Foothill driving east. All right, it is not maintaining stationary presence, and nor was it anywhere over and remaining at the earlier hours, as I'm documenting as I go to those venues earlier in the morning. In those locations early in the morning, the state's light source is remaining over me and is moving east toward what is Euclid Avenue, which is east of the Foothill and Mountain Avenue in particular. But again, going into the Montclair Transit Center. And then moving on what is Route 66 going east on Foothill Boulevard. This is the pattern of conduct, and my ability to capture that light source is showing what is the absence of stationary presence over, for example, the Dunkin' Donuts at 355 South Mountain Avenue. All right, it's remaining in alignment with me while I'm on a vehicle, as opposed to remaining stationary over the roof and then removing what is a negligible, literally 3 steps outside of the entrance of that venue of Dunkin' Donuts to be over the driveway where demons are driving in that parking lot outside of the door. And then you're talking about what is remaining over the same parking lot all day long. This is movement as opposed to stationary presence. And that is a direct juxtaposition, seeing the different conduct with this light source that is not possibly the sun. All right. And it is currently 12:34 p.m. I did capture those still images while I'm on the bus at the red light at Mulberry Avenue and Foothill Boulevard. License, oh, that's Arizona, I read that one already. 4 FIY 690, 3 GTR 905, 7 NVR 017. Eight EWT 201. Eight DXA 362, 8 KVP 832. Passing by the venue of Vaughn's at 81 West Foothill, which is anchoring that plaza, Foothill Town Center. Passing the Chase Bank, 81 West Foothill, passing the U.S. Bank on Foothill Boulevard, proceeding east. And the light source is not over any Upland Public Library roof, as I capture not only in the morning, in the afternoon, and into the latter part of the day. That is not remaining stationary over any roof of a building, as opposed to remaining in alignment with me on a vehicle on a specific street. That is stalking with the fake sun. It's entirely demonic. All right, this is currently, by the way, 12:36 p.m. Eight KVB 834. Seven SBB 531. It's 12:37 p.m. In case I didn't read this one, 7ZRH 988, 4KZM 366, BEHEE. At Campus and Foothill Boulevard, 8VGV 443, 7SBB, yeah, 531, I read that one. Alrighty, it is 1:26 p.m. I did arrive at the Fontana Metrolink train station, U.S. Express. This is vehicle LP03310, license from Oklahoma, 3DA355, capturing a still image of what is the use of this commercial vehicle to create light activity. And you're seeing what is that demonic pattern of creating such light activity while the fake sun is right over me while I'm standing on the sidewalk beside what is a third-party facilitating venue, Village at Sierra. And again, arriving at the Fontana Metrolink train station at approximately 1:21 p.m. It's 1:27 p.m. right now. And this is facilitating light activity. Also, this light activity occurring while arriving under the fake sun to the Fontana Metrolink train station. That is the facilitating venue on the opposite side. That is at Orange Way in Nuevo. Another vehicle sitting in the middle of the street creating light activity using the flashes on that vehicle. This is the pattern of conduct. This is terrorism while the demon-possessed, that are the people of the state, create such facilitating light. 42870B1 using their vehicles, 29548U2 doing so while a fake sun remains over me, doing so while directed light remains all over the environment. All right, this is engineered light. This is a demonic environment, and it's also what is demonic conduct with regard to surveillance using communication devices. 7ZVM204, and it's 1:27 p.m. 8RTF729. 8RTF729 and 8KPD947. It is 1:27 p.m. 8SVC804, touching with directed light. 8WPB423, 7YGU866, touching with directed light. And as I've also shown this on video, where they're driving what is south on Sierra, and then you have the directed light that is spanning across the sidewalk underneath the covering areas, and that is touching while they're doing so. Minions such as 7YGU866 sit in the path. That's group stalking and monitoring with that light activity that's touching all over me. 8E84491, P710A0, 5GPT 701. License 8LQH288. And that, again, that is the mark of demon possession. Alrighty, it is also speaking to what is the presence of Satan itself. So however you want to place that into words, it's entirely demonic. It is identifying what is one of that condition. It is identifying what is criminal conduct as well. You're subject to surveillance where that's underway. 7NFB818, 7JQX404, 8VDG740. 63047J3, 8H94517, 8JEY591, 7LJU623. And it is 1:30 p.m. 7NRA635, 7PGT556, 8YMV366, 6YYX387, 7PG2556. I read that one already. At the intersection of Sierra and Arrow Boulevard. 8JKY982. Alrighty, light activity. This is the Sierra Pawn. I'm sorry, yeah, the Sierra Fontana Jewelry and Loan, the pawn shop at 8510. Sierra Avenue, 8LEJ272, 7WVC388. The fake sun is directly over me. You're looking at what's directed light on the shade while these minions who are stalking, all right, know exactly who I am, and they're walking out, and their forms, oh, they're just getting in their car. Their car is beside what is directed light. The fake sun is over me where they're also stalking in the path by walking out to their car. This is crossing a path, and that's what I captured in still images. It's currently 1:31 p.m. License for XYX769, 8RWC275, 8XGJ260, 8EFY136, 7KQL705, 8MNZ975, 8TKA929, 4VZG631, 7XDE789, 8KZG847, 8FLL102, 6UKP913, 8LPF920. It's 1:32 p.m. 7FMW 800, I believe. 8PYA619. And showing what's the light source directly over me at the intersection of Sierra and Arrow Boulevard at 1:32 p.m. That is P.O.C. 8TGJ420, and then you're going to remember what is present over me in the city of Upland at 9:59 a.m., 9:25 a.m. You pick a time. It's equally in the morning, 7ZGE 988 or 8UPZ 804. That which is appearing as supposedly the sun is directly over me at the Upland Unified School District on Euclid Avenue in the city of Upland, and I capture inside of the venue, not only at 4 p.m. as I documented, as I believe on February 8, 2022, just yesterday at 4:43, while inside of the Upland Public Library, which is directly next door to the Upland Unified School District. This is the light source that is aiming into what is the Upland Public Library. Absolutely impossible conduct, the non-movement of any light source. And so as I was stating, you were talking about what is understanding under both circumstances, what is not possibly the sun, the central maintenance of presence over me as I go from any location to another, including city to city, county to county. And then also understanding what is the times that I document that conduct, my movement, and then you are also juxtaposing that to what is the maintenance over a single address, as I don't go anywhere all day long. All right, none of that is the conduct of the actual sun. The actual sun is not going to remain over your address. Say you live at 123 Main Street. The actual sun that's rising over present in the morning is not going to be present over your same address in the evening. And if it is, you're talking about what is knowledge of what is a demonic environment, and you're subject to what is criminal conduct while that demonic environment is present. All right, that's not the actual sun, though, and it's not the sun as we know it, and it's also not an explanation for what is global warming, climate change, as it's been told to you. All right, that has nothing to do with that. That is a non-movement as opposed to what is the theory that's relying on that. Climate change theory, the ongoing movement and the intensification of the sun that's supposedly engaging in ongoing movement. This is why we have day and night. All right, you're talking about what is documenting, maintaining presence over a single address. That's non-movement. All right, and it is also implicating what is the presence of a light source over every other state in the country. But then again, you remember the United States is not the center of the universe. All right, this is relevant to what is the rest of the world. But like I said, I'm in the U.S., in the state of California, specifically in San Bernardino County, literally on a single street many days, and I'm showing you what is the maintenance of a light source, and that is exclusive, showing you what is not a sun over you, because we are not sharing that same sky space. You are not looking at what's remaining over Upland Public Library roof, over D Street, aiming into the Upland Public Library, and it is the same with regard to a Dunkin' Donuts. You can name the venue because I've documented that ongoing P.O.C. So you have what is remaining over me in direct conflict with that, with what is documented, even though what is documented is showing what is not possibly the sun, okay? It is currently 1:35 p.m. This is P.O.C. Let me get this license plate. BT86G88. That's a paper plate. It's P.O.C. Alrighty, capturing 5 p.m. on the dot, the state's fake sun. You see a minion, and he's accessing vehicle 7SOG374. This minion is on a skateboard. He is waiting for, this is the stalker, and this is the demon-possessed stalker. And speaking to what is the video that I captured, this is Satan itself. That is literally, I'm not even walking out into the parking lot yet. By parking lot, I mean the back portion. I've walked out of what is the entrance of the Fontana Lewis Library, and I intentionally remain standing facing still the brick wall of the Fontana Lewis Library. And this is 5 p.m., and this is in the city of Upland, and this is documenting what is following as I go to the city of Fontana from the city of Upland this morning. And again, this is to the exclusion of remaining all day long in the city of Ontario, as I've already documented. 8AUJ521. The state's fake sun is perfectly aligned with my position in the city of Fontana, standing on the sidewalk as I am facing the brick wall of the Fontana Lewis Library at 5 p.m. I want to be clear, a couple of things. I have this uncanny ability to capture that same perfect alignment while I'm standing inside of the Upland Public Library in the city of Upland, which, by the way, is east and not in a perfect line from the city of Fontana to the city of Upland, such that the actual sun is going to be visible through the inside of the Upland Library and through on the sidewalk, standing in the city of Fontana, such that I'm able to see it from the inside of the Upland Public Library, and at the same time be in the city of Fontana, standing on the sidewalk at the Fontana Lewis Library, capturing this alignment. This is not the case. This is stalking with a light source that is not the sun. It is Satan that is present itself. All right, license 8VHK127. And what I capture is this video at 5 p.m. and the minion that you see, again, reciting that license plate of that minion, who was operating a communication device surrounded by directed light, underneath and stalking in the path. That's exactly what you're looking at. And this is how easy it is going to be to prosecute. It is very easy to prosecute. You're talking about what is a pattern of conduct that was never supposed to be found out. But let me be clear, it is not rocket science. And you're talking about what is a government that is surrounded, the people of the state are surrounded with that insurmountable evidence. And you are stalking under the fake sun and in directed light. 8YSY747, and that's exactly what I'm capturing. And you have what is today the entity engaging in this egregious criminal conduct. And I want to be clear, you're going to have what are governments and what are the people of the state ducking and dodging, trying to not be captured in the way that I have captured substantially in order to prosecute under federal law, okay? That's why you have a minion sitting in broad daylight, all right? And that's, again, broad directed daylight, and doing so while they are blatantly engaging in what is criminal conduct on behalf of a government. Right? Nothing ordinary about that. And also what you're remembering, not only am I in the city of Fontana at the Fontana Lewis Library standing on the sidewalk, still what is behind what is a brick wall, and that light source perfectly aimed on me. All right. You have what is the state's light source that is in alignment with me in a city that is east of the city of Upland. All right. And the entity does the same thing. You're talking about what is Ovid Family Community Library. Also the entrance, not in perfect alignment with what is the brick wall, what is the parking lot area of the Fontana Lewis Library. All right. You're talking about what is the parking lot, 4 p.m., 4:43 p.m. on the inside of the Upland Public Library, 4 p.m. the entrance of the Ovid Family Community Library. And all of these venues, by the way, are documented maintaining what is the fake sun is over me in the morning. And that is exactly what is relevant to what I captured right now. It is the same exact documentation. It is the same time of year. And so at 10 o'clock in the morning, when you are looking at indeed what is a demon affiliated with the company U.S.C, who is delivering a package, which is a form for stalking by companies, and you have what is directed light as I capture, and this is at 10:01, 10:02 in the morning, the fake sun is directly over my head. There is no time of year where the actual sun is present over the property and maintaining perfect alignment with me while I'm on the same property. This is stalking with light. And while the stalker, that is Satan itself, the stalker, that is a government itself, that is in no way prepared for what is documentation, you're talking about what is that which has already been documented with regard to a particular venue. And then the even broader context, you're looking at the places where I'm going, showing you what I documented today, in other words, is directly relevant to what I documented on February 4th, 2021. Because that's not the sun. If that was the sun at 11:26 a.m. over me at the 280 North Lemon Apartments, I would never be able to capture it over the roof of the Fontana Lewis Library or over the roof. I'm literally the roof, because you can see the roof through the, you can see the sky through the roof of the Upland Public Library. And you see that light source directly over, all right, directly above. And that is very exclusive sky space. You cannot see the parking lot of the Dunkin' Donuts in order to see what is supposedly the sun centered on that venue as it's there while I'm standing at that property. And so you're talking about what is a long memory with regard to the documented placement of this light source, which is showing what is not possibly the actual sun. All right. And so you have what is present at 5 p.m. on the sidewalk, standing outside of the Fontana Lewis Library, following as I took an image. I've already documented Fontana heavily, okay? You already know the pattern. I'm showing at the intersection of Sierra and Arrow. The fake sun is right there over me while I'm at the intersection. And guess where it went when I entered inside of the Fontana Lewis Library? Directly over the building. And I already have that documentation. If you want to remind yourself, look at January 11, 2022. Look at January 12, 2022. Look at January 2nd, 2022. The state's fake sun is over this property, over me, okay, over what is the front portion. Let me be clear where the state is acting like, and this is Satan itself. I'm just scrutinizing and showing you what is demonic, because you need to know about Satan, you need to know about the demon possessed, and you also need to know about this criminal system, for which you shall be empowered to prosecute the government who's placing you under surveillance. And I'm not talking about the demon possessed minions who are engaging in that pattern of conduct. I'm talking to those American citizens who are not demon possessed, who do not know that your entire privacy does not actually exist. This is occurring within a fallacy of free society in the United States of America. All right. This is criminal conduct by government. So like I said, you have what is, recall my documentation is already published with regard to what is this same exact time of year. And you have what is the ignoramus, that is Satan itself. And like I said, Satan is inferior. OK, so you're talking about what is a government equally inferior, even a lesser. OK, because you're talking about what are minions. OK, the living dead. while they're sitting around stalking in what is the direct evidence with which I'm going to prosecute them, you have what is the entity keeping a fake sun in alignment with me in the city of Fontana, where I've already captured it as stalking, while those very state actors you hear sounding sirens are stalking in the path. Those same demons with directed light trailing all around and touching all over the surfaces, while the fake sun is over me, while I'm both en route, remaining, and leaving from this venue. All right, those are the demons of the state actors, okay? The demons of American Medical Response. They are doing nothing but listening to me prosecute them. And that is the conduct of Satan itself, watching its own destruction. Satan is a loser. So I want to be clear. You have what is the entity's fake sun? Satan itself. That's what that is. Satan is a spirit. Satan is present in the environment. And that is not possibly the sun. It is also basically, we don't even have to go through what I already show. At no time of year is the actual sun going to be present over me, over the Fontana Lewis Library, and then present in the evening as I captured at 5 p.m., period. That's prima facie case, P.O.C. All right. Understanding what is being placed under surveillance by the government, where that which is not possibly the sun presents all day long. 36095G2. And again, it is a consistent documentation, because I have gone through what is a couple of weeks since I've been here. Does not change what is the sun, because that's not the sun. All right. So you're talking about, like I said before, Satan can hide the sun for 2-3 weeks. Go ahead. You can hide it. You can make it a cloudy day all you want. It doesn't change what is already published, what's already documented. And you're talking about what is supposed to be the sun. There is a very specific line of analysis that applies to that. You're talking about what is not only time of day, you're talking about time of year. And I've also been documenting this for a term of years, as I have been subject to it knowingly. All right, so you're talking about what is an ongoing history of engaging in blatant asininity, Satan not prepared for what it is not going to avoid. So you're talking about what is presence already documented over my head at the Fontana Lewis Library, over what is aiming through, rich, substantial directed light through what is the Sierra and Spring Street windows of this library. And then also, as I walk back out through the ordinary entrance, directly over the roof. All right. And you have what is also, as I've already juxtaposed for you, what is the maintenance of presence in this same position. All right, the same position that I'm capturing at 5 p.m. And then you're also going to remember what the state is doing with the fake sun at the Ovid Family Community Library in the city of Ontario. Okay, and then what else goes along with that? Don't forget, in Ontario, when I remain there, the state is supposed to be keeping a fake sun over me there. That's mutually exclusive. The sun, if it's present, visibly present in the sky space in Ontario, it is not going to maintain central presence over everyone's head from the city of Fontana to the city of Ontario at the same time. All right, if you want to liberally apply this impossibility, because that's exactly what I'm documenting. Maintaining central presence over me while I'm in Fontana, maintaining central presence over me when I'm in Pomona, which is Los Angeles County, maintaining central presence over me when I'm in what is Ontario. And not only that, as I go to any said venues, keeping in perfect alignment with me, which is exactly what I documented. All right, so let me be clear. This is in no way any provision for the city of Upland. City of Upland has already advanced west. If you want to talk about that, which is not the sun, it's already setting inside of the, by inside, I'm standing inside of the Upland Public Library. I'm standing inside of the Dunkin' Donuts in a city that is west of this location. It's not going to be visible through the parking lot, standing facing the brick wall at the Fontana Lewis Library. But then again, that's not even the sun that's remaining over me as I travel east from what is Upland, passing over venues where it's supposedly present all day long. And that's exactly what I captured yesterday inside of the Upland Public Library at 4:43 p.m. This is just common sense. All right, so you're talking about while I'm standing at, and I'm going to end it here because this is common sense. While I am standing inside of the Upland Public Library, and from the inside, I'm showing you what is D Street, the same D Street that I was facing in the morning at 9:59 a.m., showing you what is the fake sun that is on the south side of that building, the Upland Unified School District. Then at 4:43 p.m. yesterday, I'm on what is facing the north end of the same building, the Upland Unified School District at 390 Euclid Avenue, license 7YWD 206. I'm facing the same building on the opposite end of the same building, facing the same D Street in the city of Upland, where that which is not the sun, okay, let's refer to it, where this light source remained all day long, 4:43 p.m. Do you think that 4:43 p.m. you can see what is the brick wall from the city of Fontana? Also, while inside of the Upland Public Library, do you think that the actual sun is remaining over a single building in alignment with the perfect this one single building all day long? If you think that, then you have a lot to learn. And if you think that, then actually there is nothing that you are suggesting that is actually reasonable. You don't even have a rudimentary understanding with regard to what is the actual sun, because this same knowledge is what you would need in order to even understand this irrelevant and fallacious theory of global warming. All right, puppets of Satan are feeding you that. This has nothing to do with that. All right, this is engineered light. That's what I'm showing you with regard to molestation, with regard to what is stalking. And you have what is the blatant provision of a wealth of information that I am publishing for you to learn. What is, again, the significance of the fake sun being present over me in the city of Fontana? Let me be clear. That presence of that light source is letting you know once again, the light source did not exceed out of San Bernardino County today. And don't be mistaken. I went from what is 630 North Fern to what is the Stater Brothers in a vehicle. Stater Brothers is on Mountain and Foothill Boulevard. Then I went to the Montclair Transit Center, chiefly remaining on the main street of Foothill Boulevard. That is remaining. Again, you're talking about what is the vastness of what's supposed to be the sun. That is, first of all, remaining in San Bernardino County on a very specific street for street, turn for turn, and never exceeding outside of this vantage point. I want to be clear. That is necessary by virtue of its presence as I'm standing at the brick wall. 7SOG374, that demon you see on video, loitering and now crossing path, using the car door as a means of audible activity while they drive off, while they're in motion. So anyway, I want to be clear. That is directly relevant to you. Not all of this impossibility that continues to exist. I mean, it's impossible because of X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It's absolutely impossible. But also, what's the bottom line? The light source is still remaining in what is the same San Bernardino County, where it's supposedly rising over 630 North Fern in the city of Ontario over me. Over me. And even if you want to, I'll even entertain some nonsense. The fake sun is rising somewhere else, and then it's advancing west to be squarely over 630 North Fern. But that's nonsense. And the reason why you can't actually entertain it is because what is the state doing with the fake sun? At 8 something in the morning, the fake sun is there and remaining in alignment with me as I leave from that address. If I remain after 10:35, 10:37, guess where? It's not going anywhere. It remains there. If I remain after 2:45 p.m., it has not gone anywhere. It remains there at 630 North Fern. Let me be clear. 630 North Fern in the city of Ontario is west of the city of Fontana. And they're also not in a perfect line such that you're talking about 5DTU 932. That's a license plate cross path. You're talking about what is not remaining present such that where I am standing in the city of Fontana is also in a perfect line with where I am in the city of Ontario. In the city of Fontana and the city of Ontario at the same time. All right. And by at the same time, I mean one day and then 24 hours later, because you were talking about what is supposed to be the sun. And I'm documenting that. You were talking about what is relevant to the time of year. So that means on February 1st, I can document on what is January 1st and February 1st because it's the same time of year, same time of day. All right. That same analysis applies. And you're talking about what is understanding the early morning when I'm here, Fontana Lewis Library, and 5 p.m. aiming squarely on me. And it is also relevant, as I have already mentioned, the fake sun remained at D Street and Euclid Avenue all day yesterday. The fake sun remained at 355 South Mountain Avenue on February 6, 2022. The Dunkin' Donuts, literally the parking lot. Do you think that at 4:50 p.m., that parking lot is in perfect alignment while I'm standing inside of that Dunkin' Donuts and I am facing west in a city that is already west of the city of Fontana, and that light source is so low that it's filling the depths, the insides of that Dunkin' Donuts, and also at the same time, you have what is at the property of Fontana Lewis Library. That light source is not super high, it's low. It's hovering over the Michaels building. It's hovering over the Dunkin' Donuts while I'm standing right there. It's hunkering down over me. All right, you're talking about what is not some super high light source such that it's going to be visible. And all I'm doing is scrutinizing what is common sense because it's not a hovering light source. I have already shown you in video after video. The light source is so low. If that was the actual sun, this is common sense. It would set the buildings on fire. It would set the stalking minions in commercial airline planes and in helicopter on fire. But it's not. It's not. That's not the sun as we know it, the sun that we've been told about, lied to about. All right, so you're talking about what is not some super high light source, and it's also touching on the property where I'm at, where I'm not at a Dunkin' Donuts in Upland, where I'm not at the Upland Public Library, where I'm not at the Ovid Family Community Library, or for that matter, remaining at the B&G Plaza, or for that matter, remaining in the vehicle parked at 630 North Fern, by the way. Because I'm not there. So all of a sudden, it's also simultaneously present. Don't forget January 1st, 2022. The state's keeping a fake sun in alignment with me while I'm sitting in the car. This is like 4:27 p.m. You see that perfectly aimed directed light touching all over the dashboard. And then what do you see? Those demons driving in vehicles, creating light activity as they drive through that perfectly aimed light. Demons stalking with light. It's the same Conic you saw today. The demon sitting on the bench on the concrete, fake sun aimed directly on me while I'm in the city of Fontana, not coexisting with remaining all day long with that, which is, I'm not even going to entertain that because that's not the sun. It's not the sun that's over Upland Unified School District at 9:59 a.m. and then present at that same street, aiming light into the venue, not just present, visibly present. You're talking about not going anywhere, by the way. Nobody in any other state got any sun based on what that documentation reveals. Nobody did. And it's the same with being present at 5 p.m. as I walk out. You are talking about what is, it's not scientific, it's not intelligent, it's not sophisticated, it's not intricate. It's straight up and down stalking. That's what Satan is. Satan is a stalker. Satan is a loser. Satan is the freak that you have never fathomed. And the only thing that's scary about Satan is the fact that you're talking about that obsessive level, something being so obsessed with you. That is scary. Okay, because it's abnormal. All right, and it's like on steroids at a level that you cannot fathom. You're talking about what is a spirit, an obsessive spirit, an inferior spirit. That obsession born out of the fact that you cannot touch me. You can't touch me. You can't do anything to. So you're talking about what is demonic activity as I'm revealing it to you. I'm revealing it to you. This fake sun is the presence of Satan. 8VKT602 is a demon in that directed light presence of Satan. Under that fake sun presence of Satan, they're demon possessed. And they are stalking you. They have that obsessed spirit on them. How do you see that? The directed light that coexists with their crossing path. The fake sun that remains squarely over my head everywhere that I go while they're crossing path. All right, that ability to engage in the simultaneous creation of audible activity, that obsessive engagement in what is an identical behavioral pattern, the ability to maintain noise while they're engaging in whatever it is that I'm doing at the same time that I do it, engaging in that pattern of making sure whenever they're crossing path, they maintain some sort of noise or light. These are demons. They have that spirit of death on them. And that's the bottom line, and this is what needs to be clear. It's both relevant to what is a prosecution and it's relevant for your everyday life. You need to know Satan is very real. Satan is very present. All right. And Satan wants you to be ignorant. Oh, you're not. You're very much in his presence. He's hovering right above you. And while the fake sun, as you see on video, which I will be publishing as soon as possible, while the fake sun is over me in the city of Fontana, that in and of itself, not only is it blatant asininity, as I'm pointing out, the fake sun is supposedly over the D Street while I'm standing inside of the Upland Public Library. Are you kidding? So you can see that no, I don't think so. No, you can't. And not only that, I went nowhere near. You saw the fake sun is remaining over me in the city of Upland. It's already advanced west beyond the building where I was nowhere near the Upland Public Library. Mountain Foothill, over the KFC, over the Stater Brothers. All right. You're talking about what is that documentation is literally, you're talking about you are caught up in every way. Okay, so you're talking about what is understanding what are the tactics of Satan itself. The tactics of Satan is maintaining presence all in your face, and you don't even know it. That's what the people of the state are. They're demons. This is demonic activity, and it's not a matter of not knowing it anymore. You saw the demons of the Foothill Transit Company. You saw the demons of the Omnitrans Company. You saw the demons of what are name any company. They're all under what is Satan itself, the light source, that directed light. That's why it's occurring whether it's somebody in their own raggedy car, somebody driving a Maserati, or somebody driving a mode of public transportation, somebody driving any sort of company vehicle. It doesn't matter. You know why? Because it's demonic. It has nothing to do with some specific identity or some class that we as human beings focus on. No. That's what demonic activity relies on. That's what Satan itself is using. It's called public corruption. Public corruption by definition, by necessity. It is imperative that public corruption exists in your face. So it's something that's supposed to appear as though it's just natural. It's innocuous. It's innocent. There's nothing to be there's nothing to, be worrisome for, because what are you talking about? All I'm doing is I'm riding my skateboard and I'm going to the park. Right? That's the P.O.C. It's right in your face. They are riding their skateboards in directed light. Many of these skateboards, as I've documented them, these are demons, and their shadows are moving around in circles on them while they're creating audible activity by crossing path with a skateboard in directed light. Riding on a skateboard under the fake sun. riding on a skateboard under the fake sun while directed light is being created while another demon, they're monitoring together. 8WKY 602. And it's 5:23 p.m. So anyway, I say all that to say because I literally just captured that documentation, and it's not new. This is already established, but like I said, you want to punctuate your own prosecution. That's what Satan is doing. That's what the government is doing. The state's fake son is over me at this venue, following me to this venue. This is a method. This is already a manner of public. Excuse me. This is already a matter of published documentation. It is still the same time of year. You're talking about what is the sun, the nature of this documentation showing what is not the sun. So it's directly relevant what I documented on January 11th, January 12th, January 9th, January 2nd, every and other day, the end of November, December, what I've already documented with regard to what is quote unquote the sun. That ain't the sun. And I'm saying it in that way on purpose. Okay. That ain't the sun. All right. The light source is present over me here in the morning. The light source is never. The actual sun is on no day and no way. And also, and that's just isolating it to Fontana. You already know that's not the sun. The state was keeping a fake sun over me in the city of Upland, literally on one street. So at what point are you going to be over some parking lot over in perfect alignment with me again? Some parking lot in the city of Fontana. No, you're not. And this is why you document. Okay. And once you get that documentation, there is no going back. There's no variation. And that's what I was pointing out. Because you've already seen it, because of the fact when I stay at the B&G Plaza all day long, morning until the evening, you see what? The fake sun remains there morning until evening. So you think that you are hiding because then I branch out and I'll go to Pomona, and then I'll go to, I don't know, Azusa, Lancaster. You can go anywhere. You've already seen what is the impossibility. The actual sun is never remaining over a single property and address all day long. It's not remaining over a single specific street all day long. It's not. It's not even hovering over in the same way that you see. That's not the sun in no day, in no way, ever. That's not the sun. All right, so you're talking about you've already seen it. So you're talking about, literally the entity is talking about, oh, okay, well, let's just mix it all around, I'll go around to a different location, engage in P.O.C. for which you're going to federal prison, ban me from the property, which I don't need to be there. Okay, I can stand outside and document at Starbucks. Okay, like I said, you have what is the entity engaging in no provision of any help. You're not hiding. You've seen it when the light source is remaining over a single address, and that's exactly what you're doing when you're present in the morning. And when you are present for me to capture that light source in the evening, that's it. Okay. That is the P.O.C. You are talking about going to a different location. In other words, add some different venues to it. So I won't sit still all day. I'll travel like I did today. It is, first of all, not separate from what has already been shown, that impossibility of a light source remaining over an address. So you've already seen it. So what is it that you're looking at when the state engages in this idiotic conduct of acting like the sun is setting? I mean, Satan can't even keep a straight face, right? You literally just did that. And okay, so this is documentation. This is why you document, though, because it's very real with regard to what I am referencing, Satan. It's very real. It is also directly relevant with regard to what the government is doing. It's surveillance. This light, this presence. Let me be clear. This demonic cooperation, these servants of Satan themselves, government actors engaging in placing you under surveillance, keeping tabs on American citizens. This is relevant to the times that we are in. Doing it and while making you think that you are as free as you can be. Doing it in concert with the people of the state who are supposed to be free citizens as well. The levels of hypocrisy are unfathomable. Okay, this is intentional. This is the design. So like I said, while you have what is the light source that's already captured remaining over an address all day, you're starting from there. That's not the sun. But let's go. Nonetheless, let's continue. You've already seen it remaining at a single address all day long from beginning of the day to the end of the day. That is to the exclusion. Again, you're not just documenting yourself with regard to being placed under surveillance. That's letting everybody else know, because there's only one sun, supposedly, that's not the sun over you in the state of Nevada. There is no way that light source crossed any state lines throughout its supposed orbit today. And you're talking about being present over some sky space in another state. No, it wasn't. It didn't even go outside of the county. It didn't even go outside of the city on January 23rd, 2022, on February 6th, 2022. It didn't even go out the city. It literally stayed over the parking lot. That's not some light source that's over anyone else. So when you're going to, when I go to a different city, like I did today, even though I've already been to Fontana, but like I said, so then when I go to a different city, you're looking at what is just dragging the light source following. 7 GEC 667, 3 PAY 373, 8 VKT 602, straight up, period, 8 FYR 167. You've already seen what is the stalker. You're remaining all day with the light source. That's the P.O.C. You're subject to surveillance. And that's a threat to your life while the government is doing so. These are unstable psychopaths. They have the spirit of death on them. This is demonic activity. And they're placing you under surveillance. They are all focused on you together. That's a threat to your life. 8 EOG 954. And then engaging in what is interstate stalking. 4ATK 481 79 4UXX 256 MSW 163. That is an out of state. I can't see that one. Can't see what state it is. 8LRJ 360. So 8VIR 250. So when I'm going, and not only that, you're talking about. You are talking about. This is what is so useful about using Satan as a tool. Okay, that's what he is. Satan is a tool. And you use Satan's ignorance, his own treachery against it. Okay, Satan is an it to me. It's not a God. Satan is an it. So you're going to use that treachery against it. All right, and so that's literally all I did. When they are going by, you see all that directed light. Oh, you document that because you need to understand what the pattern of conduct is. 1535602, Omnitrend. That is bus number 1348. You document that. Because you need to learn about what is Satan, understanding what the demon-possessed look like. Understand, and it's not what you think it looks like. It's not like you see some caricature in some movie. These demons are walking around with pregnant bellies. These demons are walking around holding the hands of little kids. Okay? These demons are walking around driving whatever fancy car, whatever it is you think that makes them some exception to what someone is documenting that they are subject to. This is how the system exists, and this is how Satan plays. 7LKM651. All right. And so 7A91901. So you have what is, you've already seen it. It's remaining over an address all day long. Prima facie case done. That's the P.O.C. 8 UIG 194. 8 JEU 069. 5 VGD 207. And when you engage in such, it's idiotic to me, but like I said, it's necessary. That idiocy is for me to identify because I'm going to hone in on it. I'm going to use it. All right, to prosecute. So that's why I'm not going to complain about how idiotic it is because it's for my ability to identify that is for my purposes. But like I said, it is idiotic because when you engage in remaining over an address all day and doing so under that's not even a guise, but this is supposed to be the sun. Are you kidding? Okay. All right. You just handed that to me. That's fine. Then what about on the day, every other day when I don't stay at that single address? You are not in any way able to reasonably posit that the light source that remained at a single address, and that's exactly what I document, is simultaneously over the different location where I go. And then if I go to a different location, remain there all day long, it's simultaneously remaining, because that's the implication when you're talking about what's supposed to be the sun. Rialto Fire Department, license plate 1442833. And they are driving north on Sierra Avenue right now at 5:32 p.m. And this is I'm speaking this because these are the implications when you are acting like the sun. Oh, is this some sort of assertion that the light source that is supposed to be the sun is remaining simultaneously over the Fontana Lewis Library all day and the 280 North Limit Apartments in perfect alignment with the Ovid Family Community Library? When you engage in a grand departure, but let me be clear how you are understanding, because it's not omnipresent. That's not what the sun is. The sun is not omnipresent. License 7 TIX 279. The sun, and I don't mean the fake sun. The fake sun is also not omnipresent, but I'm talking about the actual sun. That's what we're comparing it to, showing you that this is Satan itself, and it's an unintelligent, all right, and a very unintelligent and very unsophisticated method of fooling, deceiving. All right, but I also get it because it's so obvious you would never. Who sits around question? I didn't. I know I didn't. And I also I wasn't sitting around noticing that a light source was hovering above me literally all the day. And while I'm inside of a building working, no, I don't know that a light source is hovering over the building where I'm practicing law or the school where I'm studying to get my law. I don't know. I'm not outside. I'm inside studying. I kept my nose in the books. Okay. I was consumed. I was busy. 7LVE465, 7UBG873. And so you have what is upon the entity engaging in more and more levels of harassment, and that the impact that I suffer from that. You're talking about what is an ability to become more aware of the environment around me. All right, you're talking about seeking to escape that threat that those that I work with, those that I live with, those that I formally socialize with were posing to me. All right, and it just reveals all of those layers of distractions. It removes them. It removes those distractions. It removes them. All right, and so you're talking about what is noticing what is absolutely impossible to naturally be occurring, and this is in addition to what I am discerning about those that are around me, about what they are doing, what's wrong with them. Okay, but this is not. This is something that is necessary in order to take action, and I understand this. Having being a legal practitioner, you have to establish by objective evidence whatever it is that you are alleging. And so, anyway, with regard to documentation, you're talking about what are necessary implications because of what the entity is stalking with, that which is not the sun. So when you are engaging in remaining at a single property, a single address all day long, that evidence is directly relevant to what you document the next day or the next week or the next month. All right? Because of the nature of the documentation, you're talking about what is not the sun. License 7X19660, 8XNU059, CLN CR2. 7TJZ486, 70784J2, 6CBJ203, 03987B3, license 71804, and it's 5:35 p.m. License 6DQC798. You have what is already been shown. The sun as we know it, that's supposedly engaged in ongoing movement. And you're talking about what is necessarily the case. I mean, you're supposed to be, like I said, this is like common sense. I don't even think I need to break that down. The actual sun is not just remaining stationary. If it was remaining stationary, you're talking about, there's so much that would not be the case with regard to even the lie that we were told about the actual sun. And it is necessarily a lie based on my documentation. When you are talking about what is capable of capturing what is the light source over me in the morning and at the same address in the evening, that is such heavy-duty stalking and so unintelligent because this exceeds relevance to just me. This is relevant to you, like I was stating. By virtue of that, you're talking about you should understand, based on what I'm telling you, this is the ability to deduce that is not the actual sun that is over you either. 6NYD261. And by also, back to what it is I'm documenting here in California where I'm at, being in alignment with me in the city of Fontana is also not conduct of the sun, because I got on a bus and I went to Fontana. That is remaining in that is one county. It's remaining in one county in very specific streets with regard to remaining over me, perfectly over me on a street for street, turn for turn. Let me get the demons of license 45991H3, the demons of Amazon Prime. Crossing path, 5:37 p.m. You have what is the entity engaging in the maintenance of that light. The actual sun's not setting and remaining, and that is from the morning, and that is a matter of documentation. I'm on Foothill and Mountain Avenue at 9:02 in the morning, and I go to a city that is east, by the way, of that location. I was farther west this morning. All right, and that's just assuming that the actual sun is present, remaining in San Bernardino County. That's the line where it's orbiting, 8MWH022. And by line, I mean, this is where the actual sun is. It's actually running over the sky space of San Bernardino County when it's then going, to me, what the state is doing, what this entity is doing with the light sources, it's entirely illogical. In every way. You're remaining all day long if I remain still, but then if I move, if I go to a different city and I go to what is antithetical to what is supposed to be rising in the east and setting in the west, really? Well, this morning I started out more west and then I traveled east, and then you're talking about keeping a source that's supposed to be the sun in alignment with me while I remain at that city that is east of the location, which is also in conflict with when I am remaining in cities that are west of this location, and you remain there all day long. You're rising there in the morning. You're over me in the morning in a city that is west of this location. All right. So anyway, it's 5:38 p.m. That's just common sense. I am literally handed over this documentation, and 6FBV343, and much of it is based on what it is that, I mean, you're talking about what's inevitable, what is for such a time as this, like I said, something that is necessary and something that is inevitable, because if it wasn't me, it would have been someone else telling whoever it is that needs to hear it about what's going on. Monitoring at this apartment complex, get this demon, BN6075, that's a paper plate, LYFTD. And I documented this community before. Plaza at Sierra, got this little mini standing on the sidewalk, stating its communication device monitoring, 8YAM992. Alrighty, and I'm also showing you what is the maintenance of alignment with me and the environment. So this minion who I'm showing is stalking in the path, and an operation of a communication device. While the light source at nightfall, this is supposedly the moon. I want to be clear, this is how Satan is present, hovering over me day and night, okay? And I'm also showing what is actually not the sun and actually not the moon. And that uncanny ability, the fake sun was over this same street this today, okay? So you're talking about what is literally Satan trying to hide in an environment, hide but by being in plain sight, okay? And so that is the P.O.C. I did just capture images of that. It's 5:40 p.m. License 7WON056, 7KKP051. 6FKB427, 5:40 p.m. Yeah, those are demons sounding sirens. And that is the terrorism that the government is engaging in. We've been conditioned to believe actually that law enforcement, they're the good guys. They are the bearers of license, let me get this, 5NVV000, that they are the good guys. And I mean, apart from what is media campaigns with regard to things such as like Black Lives Matter or whatever. Apart from that, we are taught the police officer is the good guy, right? The police officer, he drives the vehicle, he wears that uniform, you know, he's a hero. Let me be clear, even that image is taught to you on purpose. In the United States, with regard to what I am documenting, this is not new. This is not new. It's not a new pattern of conduct. It is for such a time as this, it is being revealed now. Satan has been engaging in what is this conduct amongst the people for a very long time. Okay? Route 66, bus 1362. This is license plate. And it's 5:42. They cross path as I arrive at the property. American Medical Response with sounding sirens. 1535707. All right, understand that the use of those sirens is facilitating for Omni Transit's monitoring. And then the demon driving that bus just exits out of the driveway and does so as I'm arriving. All right, that's engaging in the elements. So anyway, it's 5:42 p.m. You have what is a very long-lasting pattern. I've broken it down such that it's digestible for a tribunal. You can prosecute this, okay? The government's not impervious to being prosecuted. And you need to understand, it's not only criminal, it's entirely demented. This is demonic activity, all right? And so you have the entity engaging in what is identified as a pattern of conduct, and it is a pattern of conduct. It's a pattern of conduct amongst Satan itself, Satan and his minions. It's a ritualistic conduct. This is a sick people. This is literally the living dead. This is the living dead. You don't need to watch a movie about zombies and people eating each other. This is the living dead. Are literally engaging in this sort of demented conduct and telling all of their secrets. Their secrets are that they are violent sex offenders, stalking someone in what is a private space and maintaining knowledge of what they are doing in that private space. And then you are also engaging in what is using that knowledge to maintain surveillance of that person, violating that privacy, which is not only attributed to the fact that you are doing it on behalf of a government, you are doing it as a demon. This is Satan that knows what you're doing on the opposite side of a wall, okay? You are understanding the notion of what is Satan present through a person, okay? That's the reality of what's going on. And so you have what is a violent sex offender. A violent sex offender. And it is entirely demented, the conduct that they are engaging in, and then doing so and unthinking that they would never know it. So you have to understand the mindset when you get down to that predatory conduct. It's entirely sick. It's entirely sick. And that's why I spell it out for you. That's why you need to know not only the pattern of conduct, what's the mindset, what's the criminal intent while they're engaging in that pattern of conduct. License 1479146, that's Omnitrans, bus 13 and 2. The entity engaging in what is that conduct of an entirely demented people. You're talking about sexually violating someone just like you would any other criminal that was stalking. Take it out of the context of what is a government, as I've shown you, and treat it as it was one person. A freak of nature following you around all the time. And then not only following you physically, following you with noise. Say every time you want to start doing, they start clapping their hands. Every time you make an abrupt movement, they start clapping their hands. And I'm being jovial with it, but making any kind of noise. It's demonic. This is a freak. And you would be like, what the heck is wrong with it? And it would freak you out because that's very weird. That's crazy. All right? But it's not a crazy insanity. It's a crazy demonic. This is a demon. All right? And so you're talking about that times what is every other person? A government, an entity, the people of the state. Hence, terrorism. Okay? Terrorism. And then not only following you physically, following you, we'll say audibly, stalking with noise, and then always wants to touch you with light. What if they were following you around and touching you with light all the way? Aiming flashlight on you all the time while they're following you around. All right, what would you say about that? Are you leaving or staying? Are you leaving or what? What are you doing?
Oh, we're leaving. Not right now, though.
Are you taking a break?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you have what is, if you, let's break it down to one person, and they're not only stalking you, following you everywhere, they're also following you with noise as they are following you around physically, and then they're also touching you with light all the time while they're following you around. All right, clapping their hands every time you do something, every time you make an abrupt movement, knows what you're doing, like with your shoes, because I wear black boots. Or I wear boots, it doesn't matter what color they are. I'm wearing boots. If I curl my toe inside of my boots, these demons know that. And so say you're talking about one stalker, and I engage in that sort of abrupt movement. And this stalker starts clapping their hands because they're always stalking with noise, all right? Or say they have a rattle or something. Anything that you can notice, just think of the most annoying thing, because that's what stalking with activity is. It's an absolute psychopath who is focused on you. You can even, let's call him John. And John doesn't even look at you while he's stalking. But you still know he's stalking because he's everywhere that you're going, right? Maintaining presence everywhere that you're going. And he just looks the other way while he's doing that. And he's also engaging in every time you curl your toe, every time you move your finger inside of your pocket, which John isn't even looking at you, all right? John's looking the other way, but he's still shaking that rattle. He's still clapping his hands every time that you engage in any kind of movement, including when you're using your phone and on the internet. All right? All right, and you're also understanding and witnessing as John is engaging in this very peculiar and scary conduct, it's affecting your ability to connect to the internet. It's slowing down your internet. It's closing up your phones in the way that you're able to operate on your phone. John is always, while keeping his back to you, he's studying his phone all the time while he's following you around.
Federal law requires masks on board.
Anyway, you have what is an entity engaging in what is conduct that John is doing. You're talking about that times infinity, okay? This John is not just a weird stalker. That's terrorism while John engages in that. That's a terrorizing threat. You can prosecute an individual for that. Engaging in the communication, but the conduct has to be such that it is reasonably construed as, so while John is, in other words, engaging in what is passive-aggressive stalking, John has not said he's going to hurt you. John has not held a knife to your throat. John has not, John is thinking that he's safe, in other words, in stalking you because John doesn't know you, or doesn't know you, so you think personally. You don't know John. You see John everywhere, though. And John is not actually communicating, verbally talking to you. License 1535540. That's Omnitrans. And John is engaging in what is this entirely demented pattern of conduct. So while John is engaging in stalking all the time, that is reasonably construed as a threat, all right? And then while John is engaging in conduct that is entirely demented, that is layering on that threatening act of stalking and being everywhere that you're at as well. It is directly relevant with regard to the analysis of what is a terrorizing threat by one person here. Understand, I'm not even talking about what is the government that is doing it. because this is the state's pattern of conduct. And you're talking about what is entirely demented when if you were to start documenting John's not only following me everywhere, he's always making noise every time I engage in any kind of physical movement. Like, he's following me around physically, and then he's also making noise anytime I make a move, every time I turn a different direction, every time I focus my vision out at a certain place, and he's doing the same thing while I'm in the bathroom. John remains present outside of the bathroom, and he's doing the same thing. He keeps clapping his hands as I pull down my underwear. He keeps clapping his hands while I am engaging in a private activity inside of that private space. John's not even in the bathroom. Okay? And then you're talking about what is John aiming light underneath the door inside of the bathroom. Okay? John's moving, clapping his hands, stalking with noise, all right, while he's following you around everywhere. And then he's also engaging in touching you with light as he's doing that. Why is he always touching you? Which, by the way, is a battery. You can prosecute John as an individual for that. It's touching. I know I would represent my client and prosecute for that. So anyway, let me be clear. This is layers of that analysis for terrorism. It is even more so when it is a government. This is the state's pattern of conduct. Now, you're talking about what is very, very weird. What would you say if somebody told you what John was doing to you? You were like, what? That is weird. You don't even know how to address it. How do you confront that? That's weird. All right. You probably have your cousin handle him, beat John up or whatever. And John is going to play stupid. I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even know your cousin, man. What are you talking about? I live over here. I'm going to my friend's house. No, I work right here. I'm about to go to work. I don't know. This is everything that John is saying. While he happens to be everywhere that you're going all the time, engages in what is touching you all the time with light while acting like he's doing something else or acting like he's consumed with something else. But that ongoing pattern of what is always touching you all the time with light. All right. And also creating noise at the same time, everything that you are doing, and also while you happen to be on a phone or getting on the internet. Not even just your phone. If you're getting on a desktop, yes, John is in the computer lab with you where you are, and then John is just saying, oh, he's volunteering at the computer lab. All right, he volunteers there too. All right, John can say whatever he wants with regard to the reason why he is always present, and always aiming light and always making noise at the same time you are doing anything, including that which John is not even capable of seeing, including that which is on a communication device. John is always studying his phone while he is maintaining presence everywhere that I'm going. That's defined as stalking. John is always studying his phone and maintaining a communication device while he's always touching me with this light. All right? That's a pattern of conduct right there. So let me be clear. When you are talking about that, this is not just weird. John's not just weird. John is a demon. John is demon possessed. Okay. And let me also break this down. So now we're going from that, which is that you're talking about analyzing not only the fact that he's stalking you, you're analyzing the conduct that John is engaging in and the threat that is posed to you by virtue of what John is doing. All right. And the threat that he is not only verbally, if at all, but you are impliedly communicating. This is all that analysis that is tethered into what is prosecution for a threat and a lawful threat in terrorism. Where a government is stalking, first of all, that is what is exceeding a credible threat. The government that is stalking, which is the pattern of conduct, the government is stalking. The government is doing it in a manner that you would never, ordinarily, that you were never supposed to know about. Oh, but the government is present. The government is stalking everywhere. The government is able to maintain what is literally ubiquitous presence because the government is present through the many. All right? It's not just a presence on behalf of the state. They're not on walkie-talkies. Oh, these minions are connected. They're demons. They're demons. Stalking with noise, touching with light, and studying communication devices. It's centered on what these demons are doing. That's interstate stalking. All right, they're monitoring with communication devices. It is intricate. It's integral to what they are doing while they are maintaining presence in the path. What John is doing, understand, the government is doing. It's even that much more terrorizing. All right, what John is doing, the government is doing. The government is doing in concert with the people of the state, not just John. Okay, you're talking about what are the people of the state. All right, so you're talking about what is a whole other level of communicating a threat. This is terrorism. It is indeed. And that demented conduct, that's terrorism. You got a whole bunch of people that are following around on behalf of the government, and they're sickos. They're weirdos. They're literally the living dead. They're demons. That's directly relevant. Are you leaving yet? Okay. So it's 5:53 p.m. And so I want to point that out and give you that scenario. That is the P.O.C. That is the P.O.C. And what John is doing with light, aiming light into the bathroom, First of all, John's a demon. You've got this ongoing theme with light. John's a demon. Guess what? Now you're going to analyze everything that John is doing, how he does it, where he does it, okay? And also what you are also reasonably construing from what John is doing, saying, where he's doing and saying it. You want to aim light under the bathroom door while you're stalking? While you're engaging in what is monitoring with communication device? John is a sex offender, okay? John knows exactly what's going on in the bathroom. That's why he's stalking with clapping his hands while I'm also in the bathroom when he's not even looking at me. How is he able to do that? Maintain that same pattern of following with noise, clapping his hands when I'm in a different room away from him and my panties are down, okay? All right, John is violating sexually. All right, so you're talking about what is prosecuting for every method of invasion of privacy. And again, I'm putting it in the context so you can understand this is what the government is doing. You can just interchange John with the public entity, the state of California. All right, so like I said, it is currently 5:54 p.m. I just wanted to give a scenario with regard to what the government is doing, what is wrong with the government as it does it, and how is this directly relevant? Because yes, I did just capture video. Well, not just now, it's 5:54 p.m., but I captured video at 5 p.m., and that is direct evidence of what is the absence of any possible ability for the actual sun, because that's not it, but that documentation is speaking to what is the impossibility that the actual sun would have crossed any state line and been over Nevada or Arizona, or let alone San Francisco in the state of California, not even Los Angeles, as it is setting in alignment with me in the city of Fontana. And then, like I've already gone through, I already rattled down through all of that you need to remember, because this is necessary when you're prosecuting a government. You have to have a long memory, all right? You cannot have a short memory, and nothing is isolated into a vacuum, which would be very convenient, all right? So you're talking about what is the big picture. All right, you're seeing the forest from the trees day to day to day. What's the bigger picture, though? Oh, you're talking about what's supposed to be the sun. Okay, well, that's not possibly the sun. While I'm at that same address, the Fontana Lewis Library, in the morning, even before 10 o'clock, the fake sun is right over my head. The fake sun is following me to that venue and remaining there, over the roof, all day long. All right, and I literally captured what is the light source in alignment with me in the city of Fontana. That is the absence of any light source that would be asserted as supposedly the sun in any other state. And it is remaining, again, isolated, uncharacteristic of the actual sun, remaining not only on specific streets, but in San Bernardino County. That's not the actual sun. That's not the sun. You can literally look at a map and go through the streets that I traveled on. That is not the sun. And it's the same thing with regard to remaining literally down to, 450 North Euclid Avenue to 390 North Euclid Avenue. That's the Upland Unified School District to the Upland Public Library. That's all that the sun traveled yesterday. Didn't go anywhere. Didn't go anywhere. And it remains directly relevant when I go farther, for example, to Los Angeles County. All you're doing then is looking at what is not the sun remaining directly over me, Satan dragging itself over me in a light source. And guess who's all around? A whole bunch of Johns that are demons. Okay? Alrighty, it is currently 5:56 p.m. This is Omnitrans Route 61, license plate 1535619, bus 1360. And this is P.O.C. Alrighty, using what is the sound of fireworks instead of sirens of American Medical Response at Omnitrans. They're monitoring in the fake moon over me. License 1379011, bus 1253. It's 5:59 p.m. All right, following suit. This is a demon, Omnitrans 1545837, bus 2360. Just using one that says out of service in order to engage in the same exact crossing and path. It doesn't matter what signage they use, and those demons change the signs at the drop of a dime. Anyway, you have the elements underway.
Federal law requires masks on board.
Okay. It's 6 p.m. right now. This is P.O.C.
Ride.
All right, employee number 2566. This appears to be an African-American male. He's got olive-colored skin, African-American, maybe about his 50s. He's monitoring with the people of the state who are riding this bus with American Medical Response sounding sirens, with the entity sounding fireworks at the train station, with Metrolink sounding amplified train activity. It is currently 6:05 p.m. And again, this is bus number 1360. Employee number 2566 is monitoring. Also monitoring with 8TPL 620. It's a license plate. This is P.O.C. All right, employee number 2566, also engaging in terrorism and monitoring with the Ontario Police, who are at the Ontario Mills crossing path. Directed light remains on the bus, by the way, and all of the demons, the people of the state, are all driving around in what is an entirely engineered environment. Directed light on the streets, all right? So you're talking about the Ontario Mills. This is a third-party facilitating venue, and this venue, which is Omnitrans, employee 2566, is engaging in monitoring and communicating a terrorizing threat with the demon-possessed agency, the Ontario Police, who are crossing path at the Ontario Mills. That's where we're at right now. It's currently 6:32 p.m. P.O.C. It's like 8W. Oh, I can't really see that license plate. Stalking with path stalking the path with light. 6PD. Oh, I can't really see that one. 7F8E962. There you go. At Bone and Broth, Vietnamese cuisine. This restaurant is where this third party is parking in a Lexus SUV, using the reverse lights in perfect alignment with the seat that I'm sitting on the bus. That's a demon that's stalking the path with light. All right, and they're doing so while directed light is present, while the ongoing pacing conduct around a relevant position. So I just want to document that. It's 6:33 p.m. and that is Ontario Police engaging in invisible. Understand, these are demons, and so they're always stalking. All right, and so they engage in visibly stalking. That is also relevant to the intent to communicate the terrorizing threat. 8ECX 542. In doing so at Ontario Mills, a third-party facilitating venue. 7HXP 583. That's P.O.C. All right, employee 2566, driving license 1535619, Omnitrans, which I am arriving at Lemon and Holt right now at 7:05 p.m. Ontario Police, being demons, using the vehicle lights to stalk in the path with light, is the same demonic activity by the people of the state who are stalking in the path using their hazard lights, or sitting around like demons aiming light onto a wall or something. They're on the grounds of the Ontario Airport, a state facilitating venue. And directed light remains on the bus, that ridiculously impossible light on the bus, while the Ontario Police are being demons, using the vehicle to create light activity in the path at Terminal 4. It's 7:06 p.m. This is P.O.C. Let's see, 80616G2, 7JN, hold on, 7JN, I'm sorry, 7JMF341. And I'll get this one molesting over here real quick.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me. This is a demon that's pacing around in direct light. 6ZNE910 and molesting. This is the address 411 West G Street and 409 West G Street. 7L26386. 6NMM843. Molesting. And then that minion that you hear in the background, like he's confused, like he's pacing in direct light. All right, and he's crossing path while they're touching me with light as well. It's currently 7:33 p.m. All right, the state flying over by helicopter, flying in a circle and then flying directly over the venue that is 403 West G Street, the same venue where directed light is cycled across that property for purposes of surrounding with directed light, while minions maintain presence all around, including while driving by. The state engaging in flying over by helicopter at approximately 8 p.m. Flies around in a circle and then flies over the 403 West G Street address. It is currently 8:15 p.m. and the entity engaging in the substantial light activity while I am right now uploading my podcast, and I just wanted to include this on that. The state include this in my podcast. The state flying over by helicopter, and this is at 403 West G Street. 630 North Fern, Woodside Senior Apartments at 408 West G Street and 302 West G Street. Blink Fitness, which is within a shopping center. This is relevant positioning as well. The 7-Eleven at 636 North Fern, where I was documenting while I'm walking past the venue of 411 West G Street and 409 West G Street. And then I do go to 7-Eleven, and it's P.O.C. there. So like I said, this is the pattern of conduct that's underway. And the state engaging in that ongoing stalking, molesting, filling the vehicle with light, and moving it across venues, third-party facilitating venues where the people of the state are monitoring inside of an address identifiable as 403 West G Street, where the state also flew over by helicopter. It's 8:16 p.m. This is P.O.C.